Oh, I didn't do the information. Name is up to you. Okay. I believe this is the one that yeah. Right, right. Mushroom Kingdom.
What?
I'm playing Mario Odyssey.
This is episode 7.
Mm-mm.
Hey! Oh, Lita Queen.
Oh wait, okay, so I could just look and see. Okay, so I did get them all. Damn, I did a lot last time I played this game. This game is loud as fuck.
Oh, fuera de visa.
Oh shit.
Oh, I forgot about that X.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to press that.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna let you know this right now. If you're gonna be doing them excited as, oh shit, here we go, or whatever. Fuck, keep that shit mute, bro. You be tripping niggas out when you be doing that shit, bro.
That's my bad. I may just switch to a different game when the show actually happens. Or maybe not. I'll be fine. It's gonna be muted. The game.
What's good, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Hey.
About to start us soon. Oh yeah, and I did went back and listened to Nothing Was the Same since it's been like a while since I listened to it. I'll probably say it for the stream if we do have enough time. I will, like I said, it is the hardest Drake ever went. As far as for like, is it better than Good Kid, Mad City? Like, that's like something like I have to kind of just do side by side because I know Good Kid, Mad City from like the back of my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I listen to album a whole bunch of times, and I listen to Nothing Was the Same a whole bunch of times. But even though I went back to it, it's just like, oh yeah, he was on this type of shit. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when after the Control thing had happened, that's when I didn't know that like Drake had like any issues with Kendrick. I just remember people kept talking about it, but like at the time I didn't really think like, okay, if he said this certain bar or whatever, I didn't know it was directed at Kendrick, like the shit on like the language and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So now that I finally have like all the knowledge that I got from all of that, including the shit how J. Cole was feeling, it's like it's not going to change my opinion like how I feel about the album, but like now I'm going to start looking at certain shit a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, because it proved that like with the whole Kendrick thing, that's what kind of pushed him. Not just Kendrick, but I think like the general perception of like how people were viewing Kendrick of like him being like the top dog now, no pun intended, and like Drake was like kind of like being in the backseat. I can see why that pushed Drake to be a little bit more, to like a little bit like be more on the edge and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what also kind of started with him having like this ego of like y'all really letting this nigga like run shit all over like a fucking bar and stuff like that, you know? But we're gonna save all the rest of that shit for the stream. And
Hey,
I'm like, you know
I'm vibing. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, that I'll say because of that shit, that is the reason why like I don't mind them being considered the top, like the big three, because like we get that with other artists, but it's just like that shit kind of comes and goes. Like yeah, you could throw in 50 Cent and like Ja Rule, but it's just like ain't nobody really tapping in with Ja Rule like, you know what I'm saying?
They should have been.
It should have been, but you know, it's not. So there's nothing we can say about it.
Yeah.
And then like, but then you got something like the Nas and Jay-Z beef, where like some people will bring that shit back up, but now they respect each other, so it's like there's not really much to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Other than you know, I wouldn't hang with Jay-Z like that. Like, that nigga mess with my baby mom, bro. Like you know, it's a whole bunch of other like shit behind that stuff or whatever. But like now, since I'm been getting my knowledge, I've been studying this shit and all this stuff. Now it's starting to like change my perspective, like a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And like that's why like I was telling like not just the one, but like Tyreek and whoever else, like just go back, listen to a couple albums, like look at interviews, look at like a whole bunch of shit, because you will start to get a better understanding of like how artists like maneuvered back then. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's going to know about the time when Kanye and fucking Pusha T was on some freestyle shit. And even though Kanye kind of It's either he reused the same verse for So Appalled or no, I think it was Gorgeous.
On the
Yeah,
freestyle thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it was before the album was coming out or like he was like
It was
kinda
before.
pushing it.
He was doing the for Kanye was doing his verse from Gorgeous, and
Yeah.
and Pusha did his verse from So Appalled.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of people not gonna remember that shit because that shit happened so long ago. But it's like all people are gonna know now is just like Kanye and Pusha they don't mess with each other. But back then, if you saw that shit, like you'll see the energy that them dudes had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like shit like that was just like people. I wish some people would just remember. You know. But we'll get to it when we can. Like nigga been studying, bro. Oh shit. And I will say this. Oh, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Let me y'all boys ready?
Yeah, let me switch over to
We
the
know.
and then I'm gonna mute the game. Boop.
Time be moving so fucking fast, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see what song I'm gonna use this.
And start. Get my mic set up. As I remember. Okay, the audio should be playing through.
Okay.
Oh shit. Y'all say something real quick?
Hey.
Yo. Why you say hey? Like he's in like
Hey.
yo gabba gabba or something.
I don't know, bro. I be saying that shit a lot every time like somebody joins or something. I need to find my other Joy-Con grip. You know what? I'm not gonna use this damn Pro controller. I thought I could do that. Yeah, nah. Let me.
Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, morning, y'all. 11:03 a.m. I know it's a little late. We've been having some life shit going on, but it's all good. Episode 7 of Music Mondays. We got a lot of shit to talk about today. We might push for that 2 hour. We might push for that 3 hour stream. And it'll depending how shit go. We got a lot of good topics to talk about. So let's kind of get this shit rolling. And the first topic we're going to start with is the 10-year anniversary for To Pimp a Butterfly.
Mm-hmm. You go. You can start. You can start that off.
All right, bet. All right, it's been 10 years. I know to be honest, the anniversary was kind of last week, but since we didn't really get to talk about it too much on our last stream, we get to talk about it today.
First, I want to kind of just start things off with one amazing ass album. It should definitely be a top 10 in like almost everybody's fucking discography. I'm joking. If not, it's all good. Either way, it's definitely a top tier album that everybody should at least like listen to. When it first came out, I was definitely, I would say 18, 19 when the album came out, and I'm not gonna lie to you, when it first came, like it's not like I had mixed opinions about it. What?
So when you first came,
All right, bro. It's not like I disliked the album, whatever. It just kind of threw me off guard since I was so used to like the Section 80 and the Good Kid, Mad City sound. So it's like, and then he had dropped the I song or whatever, and I was just like, okay, it's a little different approach, but like it's Kendrick too. Like, you know, I didn't think nothing too much of it was gonna really happen. But album came out, and I was just like, bro, like what's this jazz shit going on? Like what's he doing? Don't get me wrong. When I first listened to Wesley Theory, like this shit, like I was fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? It definitely caught me off guard. And then like as we like went through like more of the album, I was just like, okay, so I noticed there's no trap beats. You know what I'm saying? It's not really much hip hop beats either going on either. It's just more like jazz with a mix of like boom bap and stuff like that. And it had like a little bit of some old West Coast fusion into it. And it was pretty cool. But it, like I said, it just kind of just caught me off guard in the beginning because like I was also listening to other sounds. Like I was just now starting to get into Future. I was messing with Migos. You know what I'm saying? Drake was doing his thing at the time. Like, well, actually, Drake just dropped. If you're reading this, so I was so. And I think even Big Sean, he was getting ready to drop Dark Sky Paradise, or he already did. So I was already in tune with a whole bunch of other like trap-ish type sounds. And this was like one of the only few albums that didn't really have that. And I'm just like, okay, this is something new. But I gave it an ear. I gave it a listen. I definitely bought it day one when I guess Google Play Music was still a thing or whatever. So I gave it a listen, and like I said, my opinion was kind of just mixed on it. It's not like I hate it, but it was just one of them albums like I just didn't really go back to like that. And I didn't start to appreciate it until like maybe like 2 years later, literally when like Damn came, you know. And after that, I kind of gave it more and more listens or whatever. And I was like, you know what, this is actually his best fucking album. It's my favorite album out of all his albums, not per se, but it's definitely my opinions on it definitely changed a lot more throughout the years. You know? But yeah, I'll let y'all kind of talk about it a little bit.
For me, it is my favorite album of his for a multitude of reasons. That like every person that worked on the album, I've been a fan of, and like I was trying to get people to get on to like Flying Lotus and like Thundercat, and even me and my brother, like we would listen to Knowledge beats just off of SoundCloud and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then for all of them to just be on the exact same project and it be from a major artist, it's like that sound was like it's what they call it. They say it's scaring the hoes. Like niggas was not fucking with that sound in a popular fashion before that album came out. Like, yeah, it had its niche underground like following, but didn't nobody give a fuck about no damn boom bap from a Jay Dilla, none of that shit. And then here comes that album with nothing but that sound, and it doesn't have a single 808 in the entire fucking album. It was all live instrumentation and sub basses and stuff. So it's like the fact that people like Robert Glasper, like really talented artists that do that music shit like as if they can't live without it. It was pretty nice. It was pretty like, it made me feel validated, like as someone who listens to rap. You feel me?
Right.
And so when that came out, like I was listening to nothing but that album for like damn near the whole year until the D'Angelo album came out, which is more of the same thing, but just in R&B fashion. So I'm just like same subject matter and everything. And I know that like whenever I hear people talk about it, I kind of know that they don't really understand like everything that's said in the album, which is fine. But the most depressing thing about it is that like the subjects in the stuff that's said in that album still applies to today. So that means it's like it feels like 10 years like nothing really changed for us. You feel me? And
yeah, it's still an age-well album, pretty much.
Yeah, it aged well before the wrong reasons, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was pretty great the way that everything was curated and it was really cohesive, like really fucking good. And obviously, like the ending of him talking to Tupac was pretty like surreal because I didn't know he was gonna do that. And I don't think anybody knew like at the time that was gonna happen. And and that and the D'Angelo album are the only two albums I ever like bought like digitally. And I think I'm gonna try to get a vinyl of it once I start my collection. But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The last thing is, it is my. It's a 3-way tie for my favorite album of all time. So it is one of those in a 3-way tie.
Yeah, I don't know where to really place it because like I said, like my favorite Kendrick album is still probably gonna be Section 80 just for nostalgic reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll definitely put. I'll put To Pimp a Butterfly over any of his other projects. Maybe I don't know about Miss Morale because even my opinion kind of changed on the album too, but that's a topic for another time. But it's definitely up there, and I would say for like my favorite songs off of there, Mama is definitely number one, bro. Mama, like when for those who don't know, like Trevin told me like the beat was apparently like an old beat from producer Knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Knowledge. And when I listen, I'm just like, when I listen to that song for the first time, I'm just like, bro, what like that shit was on my was on my ringtone. Not like the first year, but like a little bit after a while when I started to appreciate the album a little more. Mm-hmm. That shit was like my ringtone for like a good like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Because that the fucking beat was just fucking crazy. And like even like it's gonna sound a little weird when I say this, but like for those who know, like I'm Trinidadian, you know what I'm saying? So like I have my own history when it comes to like being around black families and all that stuff. And the way how I meant to say it is like I grew up in the Caribbean way, I grew up in, you know, traditional black African American way, or whatever the case is, like all that stuff. So when I listened to that album, it gave me like some feel good, you know, first Sunday type of vibes, if that makes any sense. Like Mama with the big arm cooking some fried chicken and some mashed potatoes, like type of shit. Like and kind of like a little bit like a mix of like My Wife and Kids and Boondocks. I know it sounds like very fucking, you know, strange, but that's the best way I can fucking explain it. Like the album was just, I mean, that song right there was just fucking beautiful. And then towards the end, like he just went all fucking psycho. Like when he just started spinning like towards the end, I'm just like, bro, like that's just fucking beyond crazy. And like for the other two songs, Mortal Man, I definitely appreciated that song when I listened to the album. It was crazy. And yeah, I didn't expect the Tupac shit either. I definitely went back and listened to that shit like a couple times. I even like listened to like, I think there was an interview where he did use the same voice clips and everything.
Yeah.
But either way, like the message was still fucking beautiful, like for the way how they did this shit. And as far as like my last favorite song, it'll probably, I think it's You. It's You. Because one, I didn't know that Kendrick was actually crying on that damn song, so that was one thing. But the transitioning and like transition to towards the end when like he just started like talking about the shit he was going through and whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong, But like the stuff that he was just pretty much talking about, I felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say like there's just gonna be like it's gonna be one of the things where it's just like if you're not feeling an album in the beginning, like it's okay because not everybody, just like what Trevor said, not everybody's gonna understand everything that he was talking about. Because I sure as hell didn't fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, it's not okay to like call everybody a niggas, where we should be saying niggas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, after a while, when I kind of gave it a little bit more listens, like even till today, you know what I'm saying? It definitely changed my opinion a lot on it, and kind of like made me look at life just a little bit different. And I'm gonna just say it's literally one of his best works. I'm not gonna make the comparison whether it's better than My Beautiful Dark Fantasy or 2014 or If You're Written. I'm not gonna do those comparisons because that's one of them albums where it's like he made it for a reason. Like he always wanted to do it since he was working like even before Good Kid, Mad City, you know. So that's an album like you just have to just kind of just sit down and like kind of appreciate it a little bit. Like I said, it's still okay if you don't want to go back. Like if you don't want to listen, like it's just not for you. It's fine. We're not about to sit here and act like everybody can listen to like Black Dot or Crit or any conscious rapper or anything like that do all that stuff. But I just want to say just for the one time, even if you do listen to trap or whatever, get the album. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely food for thought. Anybody else got something about it?
You go first. Go first.
I mean, like, so like I wouldn't consider myself like a Kendrick fan. Obviously, I like his work and stuff like that, and I was definitely pretty hyped when that album came out. But when it initially came out, I was listening to it, not expecting what it was was actually trying to be.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So at first I didn't really like it, and then I think I was talking to Trevin or something like that, and we all know him in that album. He will write that album till the day he dies, you know, which is soon since this nigga just turned 30. I re-listened to it, and then I would re-listen to it again, and I think I brought up like Genius or something like that to like understand what he's trying to say, and it's really just, I don't want to say it's a masterpiece, but like it's very well put together.
Yeah.
And all the songs make sense in the order it's in, and what he's saying, the entendres he's using, even the features make sense in the order it's in. Like.
Yeah.
So I mean that's my opinion on the album. It's definitely one of my favorite Kendrick albums, but I wouldn't put him in top 5 albums for me.
Right. I mean, I would go on to say my opinion. You know, my opinion is gonna be real small because I think I was in like middle school when this album dropped. So, but I just say me listening to it as I got older is definitely impactful. I think my favorite song on there is the Berry. Was that on that album?
The Black of the Berry, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I like that song. That's one of my favorites on the album. But I feel like it's real impactful, and I feel like definitely an album that if you're not a Kendrick fan like me, it's gonna take you some time to catch on to. You'd be like, okay, what is he saying? But if you give it a listen, I think you'll like it, and I feel like this is one of the albums that over time people are gonna catch on to it, and more people are gonna understand. Like, okay, if God forbid if something was to happen to Kendrick, like people will go back and listen to this album, and then they'll be like, man, he was saying some real stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Y'all still want to say on this topic? Y'all already
Tariq here. You got something to say?
Oh shit. Wait, what?
Is this mic okay?
Was
Yeah,
talking about the Pimple Butterfly album. To Pimple Butterfly, that
Oh,
album.
mine?
You got your opinions?
That's the one with Hood Politics and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, great album. I mean, that's I agree with everything that you were saying. Like, God forbid if anything did happen to Kendrick Lamar, like that, that album, people will go back and listen to it. It's kind of what I've been saying too. Like, I wish he would still make music like that. Maybe not exactly, but just the mindset that he was on when he made that album. That's all I had to really add.
Before you continue, like I will say this, y'all. In the beginning, like some of my settings are kind of messed up, so like y'all probably not gonna hear like the beginning of y'all like in the beginning of the video. But I just fixed it now, so it should be okay.
I got there. I'm live on mine too, so they're good on mine. I can give you that.
Okay. All right, we're clear. My bad for that. But if y'all ready, we can move on to the next topic if y'all want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can move forward.
All right, then. Next topic. What songs or albums got you through some hard times? I'll say mine for last because I have a good one, but y'all go ahead and get y'all's out there.
So I'll go ahead. As me being a younger guy, I definitely have to say a lot of Drake's music for me really got me some hard times. I go back and listen to Nothing Was the Same. That album, like, you really like, from, I think he got that song Furthest Thing, like, on that album. I go back to it every now and then when I'm having like a hard time. I go back to that album because I feel like Drake does have those songs that when you're going through something, like, you can definitely tap into his music. Now I don't really kind of like go to his newer music for that, but definitely his older music. Then was the same for me. His older albums like Take Care, a lot of them old Drake projects. I say so. Regardless if however you feel about him as a rapper, I just feel like the man got some music. If you're going through something, definitely say Drake album for me. Actually, there was a song on that J. Cole album. What was it called? Off Season or something? So I think that was the one. He has a song called Hunger with Boz. I feel like that one is a really good song. Like, if you ever feeling low. So yeah, I say Drake and Cole for me, but Nothing Was the Same is definitely my top album when I'm heavy in thoughts or when I'm not in the best place. So I'll pass it on.
Who you pass it to?
You go.
Oh, me? That got me through a rough place. I'd say it's like Coloring Book by Chance. Or Late Registration. One of those two albums. Or Forever and a Day by Big Crit. It's one of those three for different reasons. Chance for like more specifically how great the song with Jay Electronica or the final one, Blessings. Both of those are really great. I listened to those a lot, like before I was having my first kid, and it kind of helped me appreciate like what I was like. It helped me appreciate like the joy of like having a son, or just having a baby for the first time. And because I was really like, I didn't think that I was able to do it. Like, I didn't think that I was fit for being a parent and stuff like that. And those two albums, that and Forever and a Day, those helped me stick to what I value the most when I was beginning to waver. The third album, I forgot what. So I said Coloring Book, Forever. Oh, and Late Registration. That's actually the one that the album that got me onto this type of music in general. So I go back to that like the most for just reassurance of myself. Yeah, it's those three.
What about you, Tariq?
It's kind of hard for me because I like just started getting into music. So I mean, there were a lot of great albums, you know, '90s all the way up to like even today's kind of music, like a lot of like YG stuff. I think really be by YG, like that whole album. I forget what the name of that album is, but he has like it's like a black and white background, and that song is the one I'm probably just going to speak on the most because when he was breaking down that song, he was like, it's not really just about the sound and stuff, but just like the story behind it. And I thought that was like really cool. So I guess I'm still learning about other albums and artists and stuff like that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and I guess for Travis.
Probably For Your Eyes Only, because I mean y'all know I'm like big J. Cole head. And like every time I listen to that album and like in a couple of songs in that album, like he's crying a little bit. And like he's talking about some real shit. Cause I mean like I'll always say I'm like J. Cole just a regular dude that just can rap. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm always like a hard defender on that, but like he's just talking about some real shit. And then I believe at the time when that album came up, I was going through some shit, and it got me through it. Shit.
J. Cole being the
for
people's champion.
So For Your Eyes Only, why had to be my choice in that? Yeah, because that was 2016. Yeah. Fuck.
And for me, I'm gonna just keep it like hip hop, like just rap and hip hop only, because like I know if I mention like metal, or if I mention like Linkin Park, or if I mention like even fucking video game music, it would like that shit would just be going on for fucking days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll just keep it rap only. I want to say in the beginning that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, like it came at like the right time, because granted I knew that the album was coming. Like this was like 2010. I knew that the album was coming, but since I was kind of also kind of getting to like music and shit like that too at a younger age. I didn't know too much about albums. I didn't know too much about album releases or anything like that. So when I listened to it, like the shit was already on YouTube, and my first experience of it was like that 30-minute like movie he did for the album or whatever. Like it was like something where like a winged angel, some shit like that. I don't know. It was like some crazy word. But the album kind of came through at a good time, because like during that time I had lost my fucking iPod Touch. Like it was that old, like that long ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And since I was like really in tune with music like back then, like even though like I was just not getting to it, I was I had like my collection of songs that like I messed with, and when my iPod it got stolen. You know what I'm saying? So when that shit like it got stolen, like I literally fucking like teared up, because like, bro, like you're 14, right? Like you're kind of going through like a period where it's like you're growing up, you're going through your rebellious stage, and it's like for me personally during that time, I just didn't have no close friends like that. Like even though I knew Trevin during that time, like we weren't close like that. So it's like I didn't really had any close friends, or like.
Was this in high school?
Yeah, it's freshman year.
Didn't that nigga make the tsunami joke freshman year?
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna mention that. That definitely didn't happen.
So you probably thought you had nobody after that.
No, I mean, to be honest, and like I actually did have one person, but like I'm not gonna mention his name, but we no longer speak. So like that was also like kind of like if I was to talk about like what I'm going through right now, it's just like damn, like that shit really happened. Because ironically, I went to his house first, and I'm like, bro, like this shit kind of fucked me up. Like damn, bro. But moving on, I listened to that album, and I was just like one, I'm watching this little movie and everything. I'm not linking in Discord or whatever, but I watched this movie, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Because before then, like the only thing I heard from Kanye was just Power, because it came out during like the summertime or whatever, and like the Taylor Swift shit, and then even before then was 808s and Heartbreak. So I didn't really know what was going on with Kanye at the time, other than like him losing his mom. But like I said, I'm 14. Death didn't really affect me like that, so I'm like, I didn't really know what to really like even think about, like his thought process and all that shit was going on. But when the album, like I said, when it came out and I was going through that, like bro, it's like that was the album that made me want to like, that made me start to like invest in music like even more heavily because, excuse me, because like when I started using Wikipedia to find out about like samples and shit. Like what samples did he use? I'm like, that's how I found out about Good Fridays. That's how I found out about listening to like more Pusha T, Big Sean, Sci-Hi the Prince, like that whole good music camp. Like that was the album that like made me like it literally made me what I am today. You know what I'm saying? And even though some people might have mixed opinions, like, oh, it's not their favorite, album's overrated, man, fuck all of that. The album's top tier in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And there was a couple more albums that did help me get through a lot, especially like Rick Ross's music, a little bit of Wayne's music or whatever. But and even Kendrick, like Section 80, Overly Dedicated, like even some of his older songs, like I think I was 16 during that time, so this was like 2 years after my little Kanye phase. Like I was actually able to like relate to an artist that like, even though I didn't come from like the hood or anything like that, or growing up like I didn't grow up like Silver Spoon either, but I didn't grow up like in the way how the fuck he went through, like dealing with like his family dealing with guns and gang activity and stuff like that. I didn't grow up like that, but the shit that he was talking about, like the stuff that he was like used to thought about or whatever the case is, I can relate to them. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, towards 2018, this is when Kendrick had went silent for a while, I think like a year later. Cole, he had dropped KOD. KOD was kind of mixed, but I will give KOD something. And it's gonna sound fucked up while I'm saying this. It made me go back and listen to his older songs to start appreciating them a little bit more. Cause like, don't get me wrong, I mess with KOD, but I think when the album was getting announced, I was going through a bad breakup during that time. And you know, at that point, like I didn't want to listen to Kendrick because like Kendrick don't really be talking about relationships and shit like that. And I don't want to go to Drake because Drake was going through his Pusha T beef and drama, so like I wasn't trying to hear all that either. And you know, Cole, he kind of dissed and dabbled with relationships or whatever. But like I think once he announced KOD, I was just like, you know what, let me just go back to his other shit. And that's when I found out he had also made like a little movie movie documentary for Your Eyes. And I was just like, okay, let me watch this. And you seen like he's just kind of talking about his personal life. You see he's kind of like giving people like conversation about like what they're going through. You know, I remember there was like an older lady. She was like going through something, and he was like talking to her, and I'm like, bro, like what the fuck is like I'm seeing like a whole different side of Cole. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you know, I'm listening to 2014 Forest Hills. I'm listening to For Your Eyes, and I'm like for some reason, like that music with me, what the stuff I was going through with my job, relationships, like family, friends, or whatever the case is, and like even me, like the game I'm playing right now, Breath of the Wild. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them was kind of mixing in together to the point where it's just like it felt like whenever I was listening to music, it felt like a big brother was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I needed. I didn't need Future and his toxic shit with relationships. I didn't need to hear about Black history or Black politics or anything that stuff. Like I need some life music, bro. I need some shit to kind of help me get through whatever I fucking needed. And like, excuse me.
Bless you.
Like, thank you. I didn't need no drug rap. Don't get me wrong. I listen to Trippie Redd and everything like that too. But like, I just needed like some fucking guidance, bro. Because even during that time, even like the beats I was attempting to make during that time, like I was heading towards like a darker route, So it's like I needed something to like kind of give me that boost of like you're still that guy, but you're also it's okay to go through some shit. And luckily Cole kind of came through with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always appreciate Kanye. I'm always appreciate Kendrick. I'm always appreciate Cole for like that energy that I fucking needed from that. I'm gonna throw in Drake too. Like don't get me wrong, Drake. He definitely helped me out with some tough times as well. But like I'm just always gonna remember those core experiences because that's what I needed. Like I definitely needed that shit. So yeah. Any more on that, or y'all ready to move on to the topic?
I did have one more thing to add. I forgot. I had wrote it down, but Young Thug, that's my guy. One of my top favorite artists. 2015, I had like a lot of stuff going on, and that Barter 6, like that's still one of my favorite trap albums. Like Young Thug, I really can relate to some of his music because when it comes to just being different and still being creative and stuff like that, I feel like I relate to that in many different ways, and I feel like it's like the example of like creativity. So whenever I was going through a hard time, it's like putting on this music, it was like a breath of fresh air for me. So Barter 6 would definitely be an album that I have to add in there, but that's it.
There was one thing I wanted to add about J. Cole. When I like first started listening to him, I think Sideline Stories was like one of the first songs that I ever heard that made me like a big fan of J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he was like basically talking about how like I guess like there's like this world that he doesn't really know how to decide from, because it's like people look at him a certain way, but then like they get kind of shocked when they see that he's not really like how everybody else is. Like I think one of the lines was that he said in that song, he was like laughing at a nigga because a nigga showed manners or something like that. And I was like thinking like that really is a thing. Like
Yeah.
you have a lot of like white people, even black people do it too, where they're like, just because he looks a certain way, like we already know what kind of activity he's on and stuff like that. And so for J. Cole to kind of make music about that, or that song to kind of talk about that, like really, really made me a big fan of him.
Yeah. All right. Any more on that?
Mm-mm.
All right, moving on to the next topic. Favorite year in rap.
Oof.
That's tough.
Man,
I go first, man. Or who want to go first?
I think I'm gonna say 2015 for me.
2015.
Yeah. Why you say it like that?
you just gonna skip past the
I
90s?
didn't think you'd
Like,
say that.
Nah, I mean, because I can't say the 90s because I wasn't old enough to really experience like.
No, I wasn't thinking you were gonna say the 90s either.
Oh
Shit.
no, it's nah. For me, it's 2015 because 3 of my favorite albums came out during that year. It would be D'Angelo's Black Messiah, obviously To Pimp a Butterfly, and fucking actually it's a lot more than that. But If You're Reading This Is Too Late, like those are like the ones that I was also gonna say 2017, but I don't really like Damn that much. It would be for the Joey Badass and the Big Crit project that came out that year. But yeah, I'll just say 2015 for me.
I'm gonna go with 90s just because like 90s was just kind of, I feel like the era of like music, especially rap specifically. It just kind of the artists that you see now are kind of they exist now because of the artists that we were given in the 90s and the things that they kind of like established beforehand and stuff like that. So, and then the cool thing about it too was like everybody just sounded different. Every group sounded different versus now it's kind of hard to hear different artists. You know what I'm saying? Like when trap was like blowing up, everybody kind of just was waiting for the next big artist and then they would just sound like that artist. You know, versus the 90s, they weren't really waiting. It was just kind of like, this is our sound. Either you fuck with it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, obviously not all artists think this way. Like there's a bunch of great like trap and rap artists now, but I just feel like because of how like modernized rap is, it's more so of like, okay, who's trending and how can we sound like that or similar to it? Versus back then, it was just like, nah, we're just gonna take our own approach. And do you like it? You know, you like it, but you would really just listen to the stories of like where they were coming from.
Yeah.
I will go next. I would say for me, 2013. I think 2013 was like the year when music kind of changed in a sense. I was a heavy Gucci fan back then. Even though I was real young, I was still heavy into like Gucci mixtapes because if anybody know, Gucci Mane used to drop like 10 mixtapes a week. And you know, if you know, you know. But at the same time, I would just have to say, man, 2013 was like that year of like where music was changing, but I don't think many people was catching on to it. You had like the Migos blew up, you had Thug, you had so many, especially a lot of Atlanta guys in 2013 kind of like pop off that year. And then I have to say, like, if I'm just gonna add a second year, it'll be 2015 because Dirty Sprite 2, and you know what that album did. So, but 2013 for me, it will definitely be. I feel like the sound changes, even like production changed that year a lot. And if you know 2013, it kind of was like the foundation year what we got now. So 2013 for me would be my favorite year in hip hop.
I ain't gonna lie, I have to agree with Dewan on that too. It seems for like a lot of years for me, because I want to say like, to be honest, I want to say like 07 and 08, because YouTube was just like just now popping. Like a lot of music videos was dropping during that time. The AMV era, fucking people was putting like Dragon Ball Z videos, but not just Linkin Park, but like Wayne and Kanye and stuff like that. Like it was definitely a time. But I have to give it to 2013 and second year 2015, because 2013. That was the year where like I'm consuming new music and going back and listening to old music. And I don't know if this really counts, but that was like the year where like I actually like sat down and tried to study everything. Because during that time, that's when I also started to get into making beats, you know. So I was also doing my research on learning about sampling, whatever. I know I studied with Dark Twisted Fantasy, but to be honest with you, I didn't start like going back and using Wikipedia for samples until like late 2012 to 2013, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, 2013, like there was just too many home hitters that just happened during that time. Like, yeah, Good Kid, Mad City came out. I know it came out in October 2012, but like that album was still getting plays. And since with Kendrick kind of popping off during that time, I did went back and listened to most of his discography from like before Section 80, Overly Dedicated, the EP. Like I went back and listened to all that. I started getting to Ab-Soul. I started getting the whole TDE camp during that time. SZA had dropped fucking Teen Spirit during that time. Drake dropped Nothing Was the Same. I think I had stopped listening to Drake for like a year because he was trying to get into that beef with not just him, but like it was kind of like a good kid, not good kid. It was kind of like a good music versus YNCMB shit because of the shit between Pusha and Wayne. So like I was kind of rolling with good music during that time. I wasn't really fucking with nobody from the Young Money camp or whatever. Yeah. But I kind of just let shit go. I kind of do that after a while. Like like when two camps are like beefing, like I'll take a side and then like a year later, I'll be like, all right, you know what, y'all getting played in my city again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was that. What you call it? I think Kanye had dropped Yeezus during that time, and like just like with Good Kid, with not Good Kid, to Ben Butterfly, I did not appreciate the album during that time. If anything, that album scared the fuck out of me because
Jesus.
yes, bro, because like, granted, GTA 5. I mean, yeah, GTA 5 didn't even come out yet, so I was playing a lot of more of GTA 4 just to kind of get in the hype of it, like online. And Yeezus came out like so. I'm just go ahead and say it. I was a kid, so I found other ways to listen to that album. You know what I'm saying? And when I did, I listened to it, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on, dog? Like, the first song was like On Sight, and granted, I wasn't expecting a Dark Twisted Fantasy. I was expecting more of like the album came out the year before, which was Cruel Summer. So I'm like, I was expecting more songs off of that. This nigga, he went into like some type of like electric techno type of, you know, some type of music like that. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Black Skinhead came on like right after. I fuck with it, but like I saw the music video for it too, and it was like some black and white shit. I'm like, man, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm
And
good
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, and then I think the next song after that was I Am a God, bro. I literally paused the fucking game. Somebody in a helicopter blew up my shit, right? I literally just let the nigga have it because I'm just like, bro, what is going on? What, like, this nigga doing this scream shit? He's like saying he's a god and everything. I'm just like, okay, it's Kanye. It's Kanye. I wasn't even saying the whole he made graduation shit. Like, he made Dark Twisted Fantasy. He made Dark Twisted Fantasy. So I'm like, okay, like, there's a reason why he's doing this. And like, pretty much like he said in the next song, New Slaves, like he has an issue with corporations or whatever. And I think he talked about it on one of the interviews and shit with Sway and whatever. And I'm like, okay, so he's doing that to speak his mind. But look, bro, to kind of like make things quick, Yeezus definitely scared the fuck out of me during that time. But I appreciate it later on. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z had dropped Magna Carta. That was a decent album. I think Travis got Pharaoh, and I was just like, okay, this one's pretty cool. The Born Sinner came out with one from J. Cole. That album was fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Came out the right time. Let me see. A$AP Rocky's album didn't drop. No, that dropped. Was that 2013 or 2012?
13 or 20.
13?
I don't know, one of those. I'm gonna have to look and see.
When did no, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna say I'm gonna just listen. I listened to the album a lot more in 2013. Oh, A$AP Ferg though. A$AP Ferg, Trap Lord, bro. That album was on repeat. I will always say this album be his best album, and that'll probably be at least like in my top, if not top 10, then top 15, bro. Like, that album was just too like that album. It's one of my type of albums where like I feel like it ages well. You know what I'm saying? Because the beat production crazy, wordplay crazy, the theme, like it had like some dark jungle type shit, fucking crazy. Like, album was perfect, bro. Isaiah Rashad, I think he had dropped his project. I think Absol, that was like a year later. Like, either way, bro, 2013 just had too many home hitters, bro. From a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And like that's why I said I also went back and listened to older songs, because I think it was like right after we took, like, I know a lot of people don't remember this shit, but like we used to take these things called tax tests, all right? So I think during that time, for some reason, I was like getting into Nas, but I wanted to like go back and listen to Nas's old discography. And because of that, I ended up listening to not just Nas, but Jay, Mobb Deep a little bit, Scarface, fucking Snoop, Dre. I was listening to like a whole bunch of 90s artists during that time too. Even like watching the movie and everything. So like it kind of, I'm gonna say like that year, it made me just want to just go ahead and just like listen to like everything that I was missing out on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because of that, like that's how I end up having the foundation of like starting trying to become more of like a hip hop head, you know, and understanding a lot more shit to it. And then to kind of end things quick after that, for 2015, like I said, it was just like never a home hitter. You know what I'm saying? Because we had If You're Reading This, we had To Bend Butterfly, we had who else? Dirty Sprite 2. I think Migos had dropped some during that time. A lot of SoundCloud producers was like dropping a lot of good ass songs during that time. A lot of like SoundCloud artists that became bigger artists started to pop off during that time. You know, so it was like 2015 was just fucking crazy, bro. And especially like even though we was like working at Walmart and fucking like being dumbass kids and just doing whatever, it was just the experience and like what life was kind of going through during that time, especially with like the meme era and everything. Everything was kind of just going too well with each other, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it the 13 to 15. And shout out to Meek too.
Okay.
I was gonna add one more. I know I said the 90s, but Schoolboy Q dropped the Blank Face LP, and bro, that's probably one of my favorite projects by him. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people probably like the song he had with Kanye. I forgot the name of
That part.
that part. That's what
That
it was.
part.
Yeah.
But that whole Blank Face, like, oh my god, bro, that was probably one of my favorite. Other than, I think, he's had better ones in the past, but I don't know what about that Blank Face LP that shit was great. The videos are great, the songs are great. Like, that's probably one of Schoolboy Q's my favorite Schoolboy Q project.
So to kind of like give you some info on that. So like that was like one of the projects he always wanted to do. Like he wanted to do like a gangster-ish type of project. Like not like trap beats and shit, but like he wanted to just pretty much like do something extra with it, you know? And like
Yeah.
apparently he wanted like a lot of more features on it, but like I think he was content with what he had then. But like that was the project that he always wanted to fucking make during that time. So because of that, like he wanted to, like I guess that's why he kind of fit into more like the 90s style for some of his songs. And that's probably the reason why like you probably like mess with it, you know?
Nah, it was just like, it was so creative. It was like he took like, bro, I'm still like very new to sampling, but it was like he took like rock samples and then he would just I don't know how he was able to like do that. Like he just you could just tell like listening to that, there was like different genres that he implemented into that. And that's the thing that I really love about like today's like Cali artists, because I'm not saying that like no one else can do it, but they do it so well. Like they can literally take any kind of like whatever and then make an entire like album where it's crazy, like the sounds that they choose.
Yeah.
And like that Blank Face LP, like all of those beats were insane. And then he had like E40 on there too. Like I would have never thought Schoolboy Q and E40 would ever like go hand in hand. Like their music and sound is so different. So like when they were able to like be on that one project too, I was like, man, like this has to be like one of like Schoolboy Q's like most creative projects. So I mean, Shaq, for you, it's like saying that he wanted more features. It was perfect the way it was.
Yeah, bro. He wanted like, funny enough, he wanted like Young Thug on that project. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, let me not say that. Let me not lie. I ain't gonna say he wanted him on that project, but he wanted to work with him. You know what I'm saying? But since he was working on that project, like I was just like, you know, I mean, Thug, he knows how to work a way around certain beats, but I just couldn't imagine him being on something like that, unless it was like something like that part, you know.
He would have made it work. Trust me, he would
he
have made it work.
Yeah. No, most bro. After 2014, Thug was on a major like crazy run. Like yeah, he wasn't dropping albums like that, but he was dropping like a whole bunch of projects that people would like fuck with. So like that whole era, Thug had that shit. You know what I'm saying? He would have found a way. like especially a lot of other Atlanta artists and shit. And just to kind of just throw some little more on this topic, like from 2012 to like 20, I want to say 2018. I'm saying that right now. That was the best year. That was like the best era in hip hop, in my opinion. It's subjective, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody not might agree with it, but in my opinion, everything went hand to hand with that fucking era.
From
At least in my
2012 to 2018.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, some people might say early 2000s. Some people's gonna say 90s. Some old heads might even say the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And some of the newer fans gonna say this era. They're fucking wrong. But look, bro, from 2012 to 2018, we had so many artists that either blew up or made themselves way more known during that time. From the Travis to the Playboy Cartis, to Drake, kind of like, you know, changing up his style a little bit more. The Futures, everything, the beat production was starting to get more crazier. Like that era itself, like it just left like I don't know. To me, it left like a big impact, for better for worse though, because streaming did became more apparent, and streaming did kind of fucked up like a lot of things, but at the same time, it did make us more known to like new like other artists and shit like that. So that's the best way I could look at it.
Bro, even outside of that too, like bro, when Rick Ross did the beat with Skrillex, I was like, what? I thought I was
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
I was like I did not think that was never gonna work, because like honestly, like dubstep was like one of the very like first type of music that I ever got into, like when I first was getting into music. And then when I saw like Rick Ross and Skrillex, I was like, damn, this is creative, bro, and the song sounded good too.
Yeah, Skrillex was a monster. Skrillex was a monster on that song, for real.
I
Especially the
mean,
way he
Rick
used
Ross
to-
kind of really carried it, but
he was. Yeah, he did his thing. I just like how Skrillex like incorporated that nigga's like that little sound that he does, that Rick Ross does.
yeah.
I like the way he did that, like with the beat.
One more thing. Jamon, I know you don't like to stay on topic for too long, but I'm gonna just say this one last thing. So my brother Isaiah, he I don't think he's just now starting to get into Freddie Gibbs, but like I guess he's been kind of like on this Freddie Gibbs scene or phase or whatever, and he just now started to find that Freddie Gibbs was on GTA 5, right?
Bro, yeah.
Real?
Yes, bro. And I think one of the songs is called what the fuck was it? I can't remember the name of the song, but like it's not like a typical, you know, Mad Lib type of beat, like no sample type of beat. It was like more like a mix of trap and some gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? But Freddie Gibbs was on GTA 5, and I'm not talking about like after the updates, like PS3.
Yeah, OG.
Yeah. Freddie Gibbs was on there, and just like, you know, Trevin had told me too that he was on there too. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, when the fuck was he on that shit? I listened to it, I'm like, bro, I would never have known that was fucking Freddie, just because of like it wasn't a Mad Lib beat, you know what I'm saying? I was so used to like sample is type Freddie that I wasn't used to that shit. So like now he's kind of going through this phase with Freddie Gibbs. He's not saying it's his favorite rapper, but like it's like at least like a top 10. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
he got like 3-4 albums worth of good shit that Freddie got to go.
Nah,
through.
he's definitely fucked with the recent one he dropped last year. He said Pinata was like the first one he listened to. He fucked with Bandana. Like he definitely fucked with Alfredo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like he's doing his research, you know. So shout out to Freddie Gibbs with that shit, bro.
Wait, when did Pinata come out?
2014.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, yo,
Bro.
I was gonna
Nigga,
say that was gonna add to your 2013 case.
I mean, but shit, like, I listen to one of the things that like he worked on 2015. He like worked on it during 2015, and then he just dropped it a year later. Unless it was like one of them things.
That don't count.
Yeah. But
Uh,
all right.
Shaq,
Who-
nah.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say, bro. Like, bro, I finally started getting into Freddie Gibbs too, bro. My God, bro. Like, I think Rabbit Hole, and I think there was another one. I think it was 1985, something like that, bro.
Yeah.
I think like Freddie Gibbs is definitely. Like, I'm so glad you suggested that. I'm upset that it took me this long to finally listen to him. But yeah, bro, I just want to say you was goated for the recommendation.
He's
Hey, bro.
good.
Freddie's that guy. Don't let them narratives behind the scenes tell you otherwise, bro.
Don't let them Twitter niggas make him look like a goofball, even though he's doing that shit too.
I
Don't-
was,
don't-
I was about to say, nigga.
No.
I will say this though. Freddie, he is the type of guy where like he will make jokes on himself too, because that whoever was that nigga that compared him to Morris Chestnut, bro, that shit be fucking dying.
Or
Bro.
Don Cheadle. They say happy
All that
birthday.
figure, bro.
Whenever it's his birthday, they say happy birthday, Freddie Gibbs. Just put like the wrong dude, just a different bald dude.
Nigga, they put Michael Jordan, bro. Like I was like,
Or Tyrese. Oh
let's
god.
get me rolling. Next topic. So is regular trap music dead?
See, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that.
What do you mean by regular trap music?
So I guess like I guess Dewan, you want to explain a little more?
You mean like
I have
Boosie
my
and
own-
Webby? You mean like that type of trap?
Okay, let me explain myself. So basically, when I put the question, is regular trap music dead? It's like when I say regular trap music, it's like the generic sound of trap, right? Whether
Oh.
you have like the Gucci Man, the Quavo, you know, the original. I'm not saying that Quavo is an original trap artist, but that same 2014, 2013 sound, because we're starting to see artists like, for example, like Lil Baby. He's still considered like a trap artist. And so when I listened to his last album, the album wasn't bad. I think it's the fact that people just over that sound now. Where rap is in a whole nother place. Because if you look at from the 2020s where rap music is versus where it was, like you say, in 2013, 2012, things have changed. So I don't think it's that Gucci Man or artists like Gucci Man or Quavo, you know, they're not good. Their music not good. I just think that like a lot of fans, a lot of people are not interested in that same trap sound. So that was my question. Like, do people still even care about trap music? Because you have a artist like, I don't know, Playboy Cardi, all these different artists that had these experimental sounds, like even like Travis Scott, and people are kind of like, that's what they want to hear versus the same trap album. So that's what the question. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do.
Travis.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. I guess my response would be no. I wouldn't say it's dead. It's just not like in that limelight anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's,
I agree.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
So in my opinion, I wouldn't say it's dead, but I feel like there's a possibility that it could be on its way, because think like people like Future, you know, definitely kind of like keep it going. But if you listen to a lot of Future's new music, it's trap, but he's doing so many different things with it. And I just think that when I look at just regular trap music, and I look at it, I'm like, man, I don't think these younger kids, you know, because these kids, they stream a lot of music while we at work. These kids are streaming. So and I look at it and say, man, I don't think these kids really into just regular trap music anymore, because nowadays Quavo drop an album, many people don't give it a listen. Gucci Man drop a tape. You know, I'm pretty sure we probably don't even know the last Gucci Man project, and I'm talking about literally the last one. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think trap music is regular trap sounding music is dead, but I feel like there's a possibility where it's on its way, because I don't think people checking for trap like that no more. I think you look at where music is going now. You got Memphis got their own scene. You got this New York drill sound. You got so many different kinds of music that I think 10 years from now, will people still be interested in a Quavo album or Migos album or something like that. So I feel I'm not gonna say it's dead, but I feel like it definitely could be on its way.
Nah, drill is dead. Like the New York drill,
Drill
I
is
think
done.
I think that shit's dead, more dead than than trap. Trap is like, I guess the way that it was, like, you know, early trap, I think that is just like they just evolved from that. Like a lot of artists that came up with that sound, they still keep it in their stuff, but they like add some extra shit onto it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Lil Baby, he's like an evolution of what like the sound like Lex Luger and fucking Waka Flocka came up with, you know? And well, it's him and a lot of other people. That's just an example. So it's like, I think it's just evolving I think it's more so evolving than dying.
I feel like I'm gonna say that. Then I'm gonna pass on to the next person. I get what you're saying, and you're right. But when I look at like it evolving, like you said, I think it's like it is, but I feel like it already passed that stage of evolving. And I think right now it's just in this weird space because when I look at, okay, you think about original trap artists, like we definitely gonna have I want us to say the Jeezy, T.I. and Gucci conversation. We can have that, you know, that versus on the next topic because I want us to all talk about that. But I'll say it definitely already evolved in a sense where it went from Gucci, Jeezy, T.I. to Thug Future, 2 Chainz, and then it already evolved. I mean, this thing now is just in the space of just people still want to hear that sound because it definitely already evolved in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I just think that now, I don't know. I don't think people checking for it as much. I don't. I feel like even Memphis, like their own sound of music, like that stuff is like that's growing. But I don't know. I feel like regular trap music, like a generic trap beat, you know, I feel like if Quavo dropped the album tomorrow, I don't think many of us would be interested in listening to it.
That's Quavo though.
Or hold on, or if
Yeah.
if the Migos were all still together, and you know, God rest take off soul, if he was still living, would we still be bumping Migos in 2025? Like, would we still be bumping Migos? Because the last project came out, you know, you didn't even know it
that project
existed.
was,
Like,
that project was
so that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I just pass on to the next person.
I think I feel like trap is starting to kind of be more of a rock star persona than it is about being like a trap artist. Like Playboi Carti, like, you know, that it's cool. Like I like what he does, but it I don't know. It doesn't sound like trap. Like I don't know if that's an artist that y'all would consider to be trap. Or even somebody like Lil Uzi. Like Lil Uzi started out making trap, but it wasn't really like trap. Like I don't know, when I think of trap, I think of like Thug, you know, Rich Homie Quan, like that whole, you know, like, and maybe like a, you know, even a little bit more new artist, but it sounds like it's more of a like, I don't know, this like rock star type of trap. Like even like when Yeet started blowing up, like it was great, but it didn't like sound like trap. It sounded more like techno, like I don't know, like electric. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's basically kind of like piecing off of what y'all were saying. Like it already has evolved, but just turned into something that I guess not a lot of people will like think like this would be trap. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't that long ago where like trap had a long run from like 2010 to like 2018. So it was like, or yeah, maybe a little bit more than that, but like I feel like that was when like trap was at its like prime, especially like when Migos was taking off and stuff like that. But now like you said, like if Migos drops an album, is anybody gonna listen to it? No, but if they make it like Playboy Cardi or they do something that's more up to date, then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe people will then listen to it. You see how like that sounds dumb, right?
Yeah, it
Like
do.
the
But
fact
you
that they have
understand
to.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it. I get
yeah,
you. I
yeah.
get you.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I
Oh,
understand,
that's
but like,
depressing.
yeah, that's
But
what
see,
I'm saying. Like, go
see,
ahead.
Tariq, you answering this question so well, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. I just want to tell you, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like play,
Yes, yes.
yeah, you like it has already evolved. Now trap music, like Playboy Cardi, in my opinion, I don't think he's a trap artist. Like, I don't think Uzi right now is a
Yeah.
trap artist. I think they started as trap artists, but I think they eventually created their own sound from trap. But generic, just regular trap music, I do feel like that's dead. So I just wanted to say, yeah, Tariq, you understand what I'm saying, and you right.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, like it's yeah, it has evolved. It's just gotten to a sound that I feel like we're not all quite adjusted to and ready for. And to be completely honest, I would appreciate this sound a lot more if it wasn't so easy to make. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like everybody now could sound like Playboy Cardi if they wanted to, or if they wanted to sound like I don't really know who's like really trending like right now because there's so many new artists every week. But like I definitely wish trap would go back to like the way it used to be, especially in like 2013 and 14. Like I feel like that was like a great time for trap. And then on top of that, like trap brought out other artists. Like Drake was like on to trap, but not. I mean, I don't know. Like, but like, long story short, I get what you're saying. The end result is just, in my opinion, it just sounds too rock star type of trap than it sounds like how it should be, in a way.
My, y'all said a handful. I'm gonna just say this. This topic was brought up before, not with us, but like I think with somebody else. Not it was like a hip hop podcast that like brought this shit up, and somebody said that like if they had differentiated like trap with like, okay, so we have like Future Thug, T.I. and Gucci. We have that type of trap, and then we have like the new age trap. I'm gonna just say new age. That trap itself, I know trap is like a subgenre of hip hop pretty much, but I feel like that new age style of trap should also be a subgenre of something else, because like it's like, I'm gonna say this, like the era of like the Gucci Mane style, the early Migos style and stuff like that, whatever the case is, that's like it's not dead, but like that sound is like it's not really relevant to like how it is anymore. And like, yeah, you could throw in Lil Baby, you could throw in, well, like Gunna to an extent, like you could throw in like some of those guys, because then you even got somebody like Moneybagg Yo, that's a trap artist. Is he like an Atlanta trap artist? No, but he still has that trap sound. And like you also got like Key Glock, rest in peace, Young Dolph. Like you have like your own different types of trap, but like it's like, what do you define it? Because the Playboy Cardis, the Yeet, that whole opium sound or whatever, that's like rage trap. Trap, it's like, let's kind of get this out the way. So trap itself, the definition of trap when it comes to music, lyrics wise, it's just pretty much like street rap. Like you talking about like selling dope. You talking about like bitches like playing tricks on you and stuff like that. Like that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's that era. But this other genre of trap, the new age trap or whatever, is just rage shit. You know, it's just like it's another thing. And then you also have another type of trap where it's just like you got like the tricking style, like the Bossman D-Lo style or whatever, or like even like some of these girls, like you got female trap or whatever. So trap has its own definition of certain artists that have that style. So your definition of trap, like when you're asking about is trap dead? Trap's not dead. it just went to like 3 different paths. You know?
I disagree. I gotta disagree on that. I'm gonna give you
Oh yeah.
pushback.
Okay.
Yeah,
How so?
I'm gonna give you pushback because I'm gonna say this. I think that there should be another name for it. I mean, us just saying, okay, well, this trap music, and then, well, these are different kinds of traps. It's like, no, it should be there's an original sound to it, and these other kinds of music, like this stuff that Yeats doing and Playboi Carti doing, I feel like that should be in its own category. That should be in its own category. That should has its own name to it because there's a distinct difference between the two. Like Tariq was just saying, he said, "Hey, if Migos was to drop another project, if they were still together, people wouldn't listen to it. But if they made it like Playboi Carti, which Playboi Carti definitely has his own type of sound, people be willing to listen to it. So I feel like with the Playboi Cartis, what the Yeats are doing, that is a separate sound. I don't think it's a different kind of trap music. Like you gotta think about this. Like we just talked about the Playboi Carti album, and that album, who wasn't even really like rapping like that. He was kind of making a lot of sounds, and he just had like some good production. You even said there was a lot of noise on that album, and some of the songs he didn't even rap. I mean, the beat was just really going on, right? But he made it in a way to sound good. But when I look at stuff like Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, and T.I. used to do back then, like original trap music versus this stuff, I wouldn't even put it in the same category as trap. So I'm not saying you wrong, Shaq. I agree with what you're saying. You was definitely right. But I feel like this type of music that what they're doing in the 2020s, I feel like it should have its own name to it because this ain't trap music. That's like this is not trap music.
But that's what I was saying though. Like that's exactly what I was saying. I'm like, I said subgenre because like now it's starting to become its own. Like it's starting to become a thing of itself. So remember, trap wasn't its own. Like trap is still a genre itself. It's still hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because if we was to go back, we're gonna say boom bap. We're gonna say trap. We're gonna say backpack style, whatever the case. Like we're doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? Trap is a subgenre. You know what I'm saying? So with this new, let's say the new age of like the Playboi Carti style and all them other dudes, that's a subgenre of its own thing. I guess you could say it's a subgenre of rap too because it's still coming back to rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they're using trap style beats, they're using trap drums, they're using like trap lingo, they're still gonna call it trap for its own thing. And I agree, like it should be called something else. That's why if you're looking up, like if you go on YouTube and you type up a Playboi Carti type beat, you're gonna say a rage type beat. That's what it's gonna be known for, right? Like Travis Scott, rage type songs, you know, stuff like that. If you're gonna look up Gunna and fucking like Lil Uzi or whatever, you're gonna say like melodic trap. You're gonna say like shit like that. If you look up like SZA or Summer Walker, you're gonna say like R&B trap. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still gonna come back to it being trap. So it's like I get what you're saying, and you kind of get what I'm saying. As like, yeah, it should be called its own thing, but they're still gonna be under considered trap beats because I'm looking at it from like a producer thought. Like it's still using like the same trap drums, the same snares, the same hi-hats, the same 808s. That's how I'm looking at it. Like if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But that's how I'm looking at it.
No, you're not wrong. I just think we saying the same thing. We just saying it in 2 different ways. Like, and by you looking from a producer standpoint, I'm looking at it more on a lyrical standpoint. Not saying that all trap artists are lyrical, but the subject matter. Like when I think of real trap music, I think of, you know, dudes actually talking about some stuff, right? And whether that we can relate to it or not, we can know when we hear this, man, this is like trap music. And I just feel like it's an unfairity for a person like Playboi Carti, and I'm not disrespecting him because I liked his album that he got out now, but it's like I feel like, hey, bro, hey, you doing your thing, but when it comes to like trap music, like the real trap music I'm talking about, shouldn't be put in the same category. But I understand, like you saying, trap is a subgenre, but like I'm saying, it's this. I feel like in a way, I believe hip hop is gonna find a way to create that their own subgenre and name and come up with a name for it, because definitely shouldn't be in the same category. But on a producer standpoint, you right. Like the sound, like the beats wise, like the drums are there. But the subject matter and the vocals and all that, that's totally different. But I feel like this topic is really what we talking about is really good for our, our next topic. And I feel like the next topic, everybody's gonna have a chance to really chime in and have their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, bro, like, cause I'm not even just looking from like even trap, like even pop too, because like pop used to be.
Shit, rap as well.
You said what?
I said shit, rap as well. Like that's I didn't mean to interrupt, but I like when I made this point where I was like Cali artists like in the '90s, they gave a great like handoff to like the artists that we have now, and there's not really a name for like that style of rap. We just call it new school rap versus old school rap, but there's still a category for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like, again, like what do you say, like what do you call those artists like that style of trap? Like what I kind of agree. Like, should it be? I don't really think trap should even be part of rap, but I think that should be its own thing. But it goes back to that same question, like, I don't know, like, is it really trap?
It should be called something like it should have a name for it, because a T.I. and Playboi Carti, there's a difference between the two, and so I understand what Shaq is saying. Like, yeah, still may consider Playboi Carti's new music trap, but there should definitely be its own name for it, because what those guys was doing and what these guys are doing now, they may rap on the same type of drums, but it is two different things.
Yeah, but okay, but hold on, yo. So think about this shit for a second. That's what I'm about to say. Like with pop, right? Pop, when you think of like a pop sound or whatever, you think of like, I'm just going to name like 3 artists, like Katy Perry or Lady Gaga or Justin Bieber, like any of those artists or something like that. And the type of sound is going to be something you can dance to, something you can like play in a club, whatever the case is. But with rap, like, okay, y'all don't want it to be considered like y'all don't want it to be named under like trap or whatever. But okay, so what's trap to hip hop then? Like, what is hip hop then? Because still, at the end of the day, everything is coming back to hip hop. I'm not even gonna bring up rap. Like, it's still gonna be hip hop at the end of the day. Like, trap is still a subgenre of hip hop. Boom bap is still its own thing of hip hop.
But Shaquille, what we saying is,
but
this.
not
but
really though.
Hold on, Terry. Your mic kind of messing up.
My bad.
Hey, you want to go first, Tariq?
No, you got it, bro.
All right. What we saying is this: we're not saying that we disagree with you, and we're not saying that. I'm gonna just speak for myself. I'm not saying that trap should not be considered hip hop. I'm just saying is this: there should be a distinctive, and with Gucci, Jeezy, T.I., all those original trap guys, what they're doing, and versus what these younger guys are doing today, they may both be rapping on trap beats, but there's a distinction, and I feel like it should be categorized because of the sound that was in 2013, 2014, and the sound that is in 2025. It's two different things. Yeah, they rapping on the same type of beats, but it's two different styles of music.
Yeah.
I mean, whether somebody want to consider Playboi Carti music rap or not, if somebody was to tell me, hey, I don't even think Playboi Carti should be considered a rapper, I wouldn't even disagree with them. I wouldn't, but I wouldn't agree. But at the same time, I wouldn't give pushback because what Playboi Carti is even doing in rap music right now, it's really some of the songs are really on some EDM type stuff, like really. But at the same time, I'm not saying that they're doing is not rap music. I'm just saying is that there's a distinction between the trap music that we all grew up on and versus what these kids are growing up on now. So you ask a 12-year-old, hey, like this, if they listen to Playboi Carti versus they listen to T.I., they probably gonna be like, man, I feel like I'm in a whole nother world. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like it should be a distinction between.
I think there is a name for it. We just don't know it.
Bro,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm calling. I thought the name for it was called Rage. That's what I thought it was. But like that style.
Yeah, y'all would know more than y'all would know better than me if that's the case.
It's these YNs, bro.
Yeah.
It's these YNs, man. So
yeah, I mean, I like. I'm listening from the in and out. I thought people just because that's what I'm saying. You go on YouTube, like you go on YouTube and you put Rage type beat, bro. The fucking thumbnail is going to be like. I'm not trying to get mad or anything, but the fucking thumbnail is going to be Carti or Yeet or any of them type of guys. That's what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, so now we got something like Lil Baby and Migos or whatever. Aren't those guys still considered trap?
I don't know, bro.
Okay,
Like, it's
listen,
like
I'm not saying. Listen, Shaquille, I'm not saying that they're not trap, but I'm just saying I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm saying this. I think that there's a distinction between the original trap music and versus what is trap considered today. So I'm not saying that. That's why you got somebody like a Future who's like a mix of both. He's a mix of, he can blend in with the new guys, but he still have that original trap sound. So he's like a blend of both. He's he's a blend of both. But when you got a guy like Playboi Carti and you got a guy like T.I. or 2 Chainz, any of those original trap guys, the sounds are different. So yeah, I'm not saying that they both can't be considered trap music, but I feel like there's a distinction between the two.
yeah, there is.
Exactly, bro. It goes back to rap because if you can easily talk about Tupac and you could talk about Kendrick Lamar and you could put them side by side and there wouldn't be no question, no debate. But you can't do that with T.I. and Playboi Carti. They're like what's this? Like you said, like you'd be thinking like, damn, like what world are you in? Because I don't even know what that is. And so that's why I was saying, like, again, like it's like, can you honestly call it trap? Because it's something that goes so far. Like, even if we're just gonna talk about Rage, like I'm pretty sure, like, first of all, the tempo, the all of that stuff is so much different from just the trap that we all know, like the trap that we all kind of like grew up on, or whatever other trap that you want to say. It's something that's so different. If you can't really put two artists, like, I mean, obviously this is like, it's debatable, like, you know, you can agree or disagree, but if you can't really have like those scenarios where you can take somebody like T.I. and Playboi Carti and be like, all right, we're gonna compare these two since they're both trap artists and stuff like that, then I feel like it'd be okay. But the fact that you can't do that is like, I feel like it's the whole reason why you should, like, why we're coming to this question of like, okay, then if it's not trap, then what is it? Like, how do you, like, should it really does need to be its own thing though, like when you think about it.
Yeah,
like it really does. Because if like I said, going back to the rap, if niggas was really to say like Kendrick Lamar is not on Tupac's level, then that would never be like, no one would ever talk about that. But the fact is that they're both rap artists. It's just one is from an older generation, one's from a newer generation. But the way of the, like, their music, it's still the same thing. It's just new, like, different sounds, obviously. It's still like, you could still put those two artists and talk about them and be like, all right, yeah, we could talk about this artist because this is what there's more things that they have in common versus the differences that they have, is what I'm trying to say.
So
And Shaquille, you're right. And you're right.
What happened?
I just I just want to say this, like, from you speaking from a producer standpoint, and like Tariq, I understand what Tariq is saying, and Shaquille, I understand what you're saying too. Like, you thinking of it like from a producer standpoint, and it does make sense because, like, hey, like the drums are the same and stuff like that. That's the reason why I understand where you coming from too, Shaq, because like you're heavy on that producer stuff. Like you, Tariq, y'all heavy on the sounds and the beats and stuff. You know, I'm going by the lyrics and stuff like that.
All right.
Oh,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
you too,
going by.
Trevor. You too, Trevor. You too, Travis. Right? All y'all.
I mean,
all y'all guys
I ain't one of them. I ain't a producer. I'm just a listener. I made
all
like 2
y'all
beats in
guys
middle
in
school.
here-
That's about it.
Right, right. All y'all guys is pretty much the producers. So Shaq, I understand what you saying too. That's it.
Okay, but still, my question is like, look, bro, I gotta give y'all a hard time. I have to. Like, I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna be on my Joe Budden shit, bro. Like, so what would y'all name it then?
Man, what, man? Tariq,
I
what you
don't
gonna
know.
name this, man?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what do y'all? What should it be called? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what kids are like calling that today. It's got to be something with their lingo. Cause I'm gonna say some old shit like techno trap or some shit, and niggas is gonna laugh at me like, bro, what are you talking about? So it's like, obviously it has to match up with like what kids are like calling that type of music. I don't really know the lingo like that, so I wouldn't know what to call it. But I do know like it's something that's very different. I feel like it kind of needs its own thing, and that's how I feel about trap too. I'm not saying trap is not a form of rap. I just feel like because the lyrics, the sound, the feel of it is so different that you would kind of have to kind of like make it its own thing. And it's kind of like rock too. Like you wouldn't say punk rock and heavy metal is two of the same things. They're
Right.
both a rock, but they're two totally different things, and they have their own names for it. So that was just kind of the point that I was like trying to make.
Here, let me compare it to something that's like not music related. All right, so like all y'all niggas, so all y'all know about like the whole LeBron Jordan like comparison thing. But if you really think about it, we really shouldn't be comparing those two players.
Why not?
If you
They're
really
doing
think
the
about
same
it, think
thing.
about it. LeBron is 6'9", 200 some pounds, completely different position and everything like that. Played in completely different era. All right.
But both of them were
Now
able-
both of them play basketball and both of them are
Jeff,
great
what you
at it.
think?
That's the only comparison.
Nah, we're not gonna let this slide, bro. Hold on, because I'm finna turn into Stephen A. Smith. Oh, bro, both of them can play all 5 positions. They can
First of all,
guard.
Jordan
almost
can't
all
play
5
center. Don't even say that.
Jordan
don't
can't
even
play
say that.
center?
Jordan
You're
can't play
bugging. Bro,
Not his
Jordan
fucking
is going-
6'5" ass.
Bro,
No,
I'm
he's
not
not
gonna
playing
get
center.
into this.
No, he's
Yes.
not.
I'm
He
not
can
getting
play.
into this.
Nah,
bro.
he could do that. I'm sure
No, he
Jordan can
can't.
play.
No, he can't. No, he
Bro,
can't. No, he can't.
who? Bro, you telling me Jordan's not jumping up with any of the bigs? You telling
I'm
me
not
he's
saying
not
he
going?
can't jump. I'm not gonna say any jump, but he ain't. No, bro, he's not guarding someone that's fucking 7'3", bro. I hate to break it to you.
Obviously
Like,
not. Obviously not. But what I'm saying is, if at any point in time he could step up and do that, not saying he'd be the best, but both of them can step up and do that. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You could put LeBron on a big. LeBron has proven plenty of times that he can do that.
Exactly.
Okay. So what are we talking about then?
I said what I was going back before. You really like they're two completely different players, though, even in their play style.
Yeah, they're both versatile, but it's not like to where they're both like comparable. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, they really shouldn't be getting compared. It's just like they're both really good. So it's like, okay, who's the GOAT? That's why they're comparing it.
Shaq, what you think?
I mean, I'm not.
You guys don't watch basketball.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy. It's just funny just hearing the chaos behind it, bro.
This next topic, I feel like we need to do this. This next topic, man, we gotta do this.
Okay. We all right. So yeah, to make things kind of quick, we all have our own opinions on what that should sound like or whatever. Because then I could just bring up drill, because drill is another version.
Nah, bro, you don't gonna do that. You don't gonna do
Okay,
that.
can we,
You don't
Shaq?
gotta do
Shaq,
that.
the next topic,
I'm
bro.
gonna move on. I'm just saying we're gonna come back to it, but I'm, whatever. It's cool.
You got.
It's cool. let me not get the hose away. But next topic. Oh well, that's for close. All right, we're gonna save that last one for.
What other topic is there?
if you read, you know, I asked about the XXX Tentacion.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. I ain't put that on
Yeah,
the.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Bro, you know what? Anyway, so I had this thought like while I was at work, and I was kind of just thinking, I'm like, because somebody, I think the last 2 episodes, we was talking about like, it was either the last episode or the episode before, we was talking about like who could be like, no, I take that back. So I was on Twitter like about like a week ago or so, and somebody was like making like somebody was talking about like they're getting tired of like hearing about the Kendrick Cole beef, Kendrick Drake J. Cole beef or whatever. Everybody agrees that everybody's tired of it. But somebody had like responded to that comment, and it was just like, well, I'm sorry, like we're sorry, your generation didn't have any superstars and everything like that.
Whoa.
And I was just like, oh, okay, that's kind of an interesting one.
That's not even true.
Like,
anyways.
Hold on. So we're talking about like 2020 because we're going to assume like the guy who brought that shit up was from like his generation of rap is like, let's say late 2018 to 2020. Now the first question is, who's the superstar of the 2020s? Because you could bring up Lil Baby, you could bring up Gunna to an extent. You know what I'm saying? You could bring up Cardi. You know what I'm saying? And it's also funny that I'm bringing up Cardi because me and him had a conversation, right? And he was asking me, is Cardi is at the same level as Travis Scott? And while we was talking, like he was giving some good pointers. Like Cardi's able to bring out a whole bunch of shows, like able to sell out shows. He does a Rolling Loud thing. He has so much hype for like almost for all of his albums, pretty much. Mainly like the last 2. You know what I'm saying? Even his music and his leaks. His leaks carry himself. Like I think the leaks actually make him more famous than his fucking album himself. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Lil Wayne thing. Like was like, yeah, Lil Wayne, he was part of the Hot Boys, but like when his music started getting leaks, and not to mention the mixtapes and whatever, it's like that's Wayne was really like popping off with that shit. It's debatable. I mean, it's not debatable. I just want to make that an extra topic. But I was like, yeah, you're right. But then also, I was watching a video, and like I think somebody was like talking about whether Cardi can like sell out shows in like foreign countries and shit. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point, because like, yeah, in America or whatever the case is, Cardi, he can have that shit. But what about Europe? What about Australia? What about Japan or whatever? His style is known. Like let's get that out the way. I do remember there was a time, I think it was either like a Korean artist or Japanese artist that borrowed that or not borrowed. They pretty much used that Cardi style. In like 2018,
They stole that shit. Yeah.
They stole that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're known for that. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing new. You know. So like Cardi, excuse me, his style of music is known throughout other countries, but can he do what Travis Scott did? You know what I'm saying? And so the main 2 questions is, who's the superstars of this generation of 2020 and above, and is Cardi on the same level as Travis Scott?
What about the X question?
Oh yeah, and then the X question. Oh yeah, and then the X. I mean, it doesn't matter which one y'all want to start off first.
What's the X question?
Did XXX Tentacion had the potential to be where Kendrick or Cole
Fuck no.
If he was still alive?
Yeah, I'm kind of a hater of him, so.
Fuck no.
Man.
God damn.
Bro, we gotta stop with not us, but like niggas gotta stop with that shit, bro. Like
No. This was something I thought about.
No, I know. I'm just saying this, like, it's just a weird thing that, like, to put him in that pedestal, that people were doing that.
No, okay. So look, listen. So the reason why I brought it up, because like, yes, X, he was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was somebody of like a different stature, whatever. But Trevin, like, going based off your reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, going based off of your reaction,
try telling somebody that about whatever if Kendrick or Cole could have been in Pac's or Big's position back in like 2010. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have the same reaction you just had. They're gonna be like,
well,
bro,
no, I know. No,
You know what I'm
no.
saying?
Because I know. No, I'm not saying because X isn't trash. That nigga can rap his ass off. I know that. But what I'm saying is that when it depends on what he does though, because that nigga was doing a lot of different shit, like a lot of different like types of songs, or like he would have one like Riot where he would just be rapping over a cold ass fucking beat. You know what I'm saying? And it just sounds like some damn 90s shit. But then the very next song, he's singing over a guitar, you know? And that sounds good too. So it's like, I'm saying, fuck no, he'd be bigger than where Kendrick. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
Cause
man,
that nigga was doing literally everything on a project. Now, if
Damn, that's all you had to say. Like
no,
I mean,
because it sounds like it's just rap, but it's like he didn't even get the chance to even flex that much because people are also linking him to like personal drama, like that he had going on. So it's like they're making it seem like he's just problematic nigga. Where like right when he was trying to go ahead. I'm sorry. Like right when he was trying to clean up his image, that was when his life got cut short. So I'm saying that if he did stick to that, he would have been bigger than both of them niggas.
And see, and that's why I brought that up, because like, okay, I wasn't trying to compare him to Kendrick. I was trying to see, would he be in a superstar status? Like, would he be talked about in the next 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Because like, I'm making Kendrick and Cole the comparisons because they're easy comparisons. Like we're still talking about them almost 12 to 15 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's because they're still dropping content though.
And not just because of content, but like, bro, even when Kendrick and Cole was like silent, and while Drake was just dropping shit, it's just like people are still making memes. They're still making those little cover art shit about like Big Three. Like, bro, Big Three wasn't a 2020 topic. Big Three was been the thing since like even way before that. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, like, there was a different Big Three, but you know, I don't want to start pushing my agenda until later on.
We can say that for another topic. Like, bro, we always coming up with new shit. But
yeah,
like, I'm just saying, like the main sum of it always kept coming down to Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. Like, yes, we could throw in Nicki. Yes, we could throw in Future. Yes, we can throw in Thug and anybody else. But like main wise, it always just came back to those main three. Which personally, I don't have a problem with. I like all them guys. I like the guys that we don't mention because we can also throw in fucking Joey Badass if we want to. Big Crit, yes, nigga. Big Crit. We can throw in all the niggas if we want to, but like at the end of the day, it just comes back down to those three. Now, as I was trying to say, with X and like since you kind of gave me an answer, that's what I was trying to say. Because X, he built, like, I want to say like a couple months before he died, he did do like some pop songs with like another artist, I forgot her name or whatever. So yes, he had that not saying he could have been like another Drake, but like he could also pop, not gonna say he'd be at the same level, but like they could have been like it could have measured up to something like that. You know what I'm saying? He would have been big. And like, cause he could have, like, despite the shit that he had going on, I'm not even about to bring that shit up. He could have worked with Justin Bieber. He could have worked with The Weeknd. He could have worked with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He could have worked with a lot of people. Like shit, I ain't gonna say Taylor Swift. That might be a little. I'll give a little too much. But he could work something around it. You know what I'm saying? And that was my thing. Like, yeah, he could have been bigger than both Kendrick and Cole. Because look at it. Bro was consistently dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it was just underground songs or SoundCloud songs, YouTube songs, I'm gonna say radio, but shit, if he had the opportunity to do radio songs too, his shit was getting played. And if he had survived just a little bit more during the TikTok era, bro would have been on fucking fire, right? Like niggas wouldn't even be thinking about Cole or Kendrick.
shit. If anything, if the Kendrick beef was still going on, with when X was still alive, shit, X would probably be like, man, fuck Drake too, and he'll probably hop on Kendrick's side because he didn't like that nigga either. You know what I'm saying? So X would have been on fucking major Super Mario ass status, bro. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, I wouldn't say Super Mario, but yeah, he'd be pretty big.
Okay, Luigi then, nigga.
Luigi.
like he would have been up there.
He'd be a crisp Toad. All right.
All right, 8.5. Sounds cool. Do y'all agree?
I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for them.
Crickets?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't really know a lot. I just started listening to X as well, so I'm late.
Eric, I need you to do your homework, bro. Every time you come over my place, I'm gonna ask you like 5 questions, bro. Scantron and everything.
Scantron.
Stop playing with me, bro.
So I'm gonna give my opinions. I agree with Trevor, like right on what he said. Like I feel like, you know, he kind of reminds me of Prince in a lot of ways. I'm not comparing the two. I'm definitely not doing that. But
I was already finna jump on that.
Please say that. Please say that. Please say that.
But no, but just how people have. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. But as in being creative, and then it was like saying that he actually knew how to like play the instruments and stuff like that. I could see him if he was alive, him having live shows. I could see him playing the piano. I could see him playing guitar, right? Because these are things that he was actually practicing in. Like there's footage of him playing the piano. But I do think that. I feel like in that artist, I think he did a song with that girl Noah Cyrus, I think. Like, you know. Yeah, like she's really big in the pop scene. Yeah, bro would have been, you know, and the thing about it is, what I liked about him, he would have been that artist that he probably didn't even need features. Like, he probably would have been that artist that probably wouldn't have needed a Drake feature or a Future feature. I feel like if anything, they would be trying to get him on their song. He would have definitely been that guy that name would have been used to help a lot of careers if he was still alive. Like a lot of people would be calling for X to be on that album, but he was just kind of like, I liked him because he didn't play by the rules. That's what I really liked about X. Like he didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't need y'all guys. I'm gonna drop a album. I'm gonna do rock. I'm gonna do rap. I'm gonna do country." He was like that guy. He didn't believe in playing by the rules, and that's what I respected about him. And he did his own thing, and he still had people to follow him. A lot of guys can't do that today. A lot of guys can't do what they want to do, and people still support them. But X was one of them that he could literally drop an album full of country, like a country album, and it will still sell 300K, 400K first week.
But would it be good is the question too.
Listen, let me tell you this.
I got you.
Tell you this. This is the interesting thing about it. Whether it would be good or not, that would be debatable. Because some songs I didn't like by him, but he still would have had the numbers. That's the thing about guys like X, is that he could do what he want to do, and it's still gonna sell regardless because he have that type of fan base. Yeah. They just want his music. They don't care what it sounds like because they just respect his music. So I liked him. He was that guy. He didn't play by the rules, and I feel like Drake would have definitely probably wanted him to be on this project.
He wouldn't have got that.
He stole from him.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got it though. That nigga stole from him, bro.
But it's like this, and then I feel like he would have been an artist. He still would have been controversial because he was outspoken. Like a lot of the top guys in rap, they quiet. They try to stay out of the mess. They try to stay out of giving their opinions. But he was that guy. He was gonna say what he wanted to say, and he didn't care. So you really couldn't cancel him. I don't think he would have been an artist that you could cancel. He would have been really controversial, but you couldn't have canceled X. Like you couldn't.
Nah.
Bro,
so that's
and to add on to that, like that's what I'm saying. Like X, like towards the end, he was trying to like kind of change that. Like yeah, he was still gonna be a little dark with some of his stuff or whatever.
but you could tell like in the last few live streams that he had on IG, like he was talking about like not wealth, but like he was like talking about like health. He was talking about like changing people's mindsets, growing up. Like he was like it showed that like he legit was at least trying. And even though like nobody's perfect, like people still gonna make mistakes. He still had a lot of issues that he had probably back in Florida or whatever. Like bro was at least trying to like change himself. And then not to mention he was about to be a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that doesn't really change everybody's perspective, but like I think like him having a son will like probably make him realize, you know, I need kind of chill out with some of this shit. Because remember, he was also cool with Ski Mask, and he was also cool with Denzel Curry, and I think even Kodak too, to an extent. He probably would have helped Kodak go through the shit that Kodak got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Him and Denzel, they probably would have linked back up. They probably would have made some music together, have maybe a collaboration or two or something like that. They could have fixed their problems. Him and Ski Mask. I'm not too familiar with Ski Mask. Like I listened to him a few times, whatever. But they could have worked something out. You know what I'm saying? As for 6ix9ine, that's a different story. But like they could have he was on the right path, bro. He was on the right path. You know what I'm saying? And like with Kendrick kind of noticing him and like kind of shouting him out or whatever, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure X didn't want he didn't want to let that down. Like he wanted to do better. But when niggas are envy of you and they're jealous of you and they hate the lifestyle that you're living, it's like they want to take that away from you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like kind of I don't want to leave that on a hard note. It's just like a life lesson where it's like this is why I wish where like some artists they'll just be aware be aware of like the shit that they got right now, and just be careful of what, like the people that's around them and the environment that's around them. You know what I'm saying? Because like just imagine XXX in 2025. We don't know how that shit would have turned out. We wouldn't have to be worrying about his label throwing in fucking unused songs and possibly AI shit or whatever. Like granted, I don't think they dropped anything since 2022 or whatever. I may be wrong, but I just hate the fact that it's like we got a whole bunch of unreleased shit that we didn't really need to fucking hear because he's no longer here to like change that. You know what I'm saying? But that was my topic for that start for that part. So I'm kind of glad that Trevin like kind of brought that up. Like damn, like he would have been bigger. Like I definitely would agree. You know what I'm saying? Bro had like a huge amount of potential. You know, so that was my thing on that. Oh, anybody else before we move on to the next topic? That's it?
I guess. Oh.
I was like, no, let's move on. That's what I said.
Okay, all right. So the next topic, Trevor, I'm probably going to have to put you in the backseat again, bro. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
But the next one is Cardi on the same level as Travis Scott?
Yeah, I'm in the back seat.
So, do any of the elders want to answer this question first?
Elders, that's crazy.
I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. Do any of y'all OGs want to answer this question? Tariq, Travis.
Oh my God.
I think. Tariq, do you even listen to Cardi like that, or this is kind of whatever?
No, I do. I don't really know enough to make debatable points. So that's all y'all. Y'all got it.
Gotcha.
All right. What about Travis? What are you doing? Do you want to answer this?
This nigga probably asleep. Travis.
I don't really be listening to them like that.
All right.
My bad.
So
Sorry.
I might have to just answer this one. So my personal opinion is not like Shaq. When we were talking about this, I definitely said that they were on the same level, but you open up my mind to think about something, and that was just like what you said of the touring thing. You know, I'm not really heavy into the touring scene, but I do know he sells out. But when what happened?
No, nothing.
Okay, I'm not really heavy into like the touring scene, but you did like help me think about something when you said, "Hey, like
Oh,
you know,
hold on.
what about?"
Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I have an important call. Y'all,
All right.
y'all can continue.
I'm just fin-
I'm still recording
I'm
on
just
my
finished
end.
talking. So,
Hello.
all right. So when he was saying like, okay, it's on the same level, I would definitely have to say, I would say yes, but then he made me think about something. He was like, hey, you know, bro, what about the touring scene? Like, is Playboy Cardi selling out like Travis? And then I was like, man, I don't really overseas. I was like, I don't really think he is, and that's something that with this by this new album being out, that's something that in the next year or so we're gonna notice that okay, man, is this guy really gonna sell out shows like Travis Scott? So other than that, I mean, I feel like music wise, I mean, Trevin, I think he did what 300K almost like first week. Like that's crazy.
Playboy
Like,
Cardi?
that's think so for his first week numbers. I
Damn.
think he did almost 300.
Sorry about that.
I mean, but I don't know the exact numbers, but I know he was projected to do 300 first week. But I feel like this next tour we're gonna be able to make the final decision. Is he on Playboy Cardi's level? But popularity wise, I feel like they neck and neck. But touring wise, I had to give it to Travis because I don't feel like Playboy Cardi has actually showed can he actually go overseas and sell out shows like that. But popularity wise, like yeah. And then music wise, that's your personal opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. I
Um,
don't.
Yeah, I think once that, and I don't want to just say touring. It's like it's a different aspect how I think about it. But like I said, once we kind of get to that touring shit, then we can come back and talk about that topic a little more.
And if he's not on the same level as him, he's not too far from it.
Yeah, he's not at all. He's definitely like on the next come up with that shit.
Because the way Travis Scott was rapping on his album, it was like, bro, what's going on now? Like, bro, you usually when Travis features on other people's projects, he always does something creative. But on Playboy Cardi's album, it's like he just was like, you know, it's like he kind of held back a little bit.
I will say, because like I said earlier, the last few weeks, like the last single that Travis dropped was the 4x4 one, which I don't have an issue with that song, but a lot of people are like kind of feeling like kind of iffy or like whatever with that song. There is like starting to have like that. I don't think there's like a Travis hate train, but it's just like I think Travis needs to like either probably like work, just focus on just dropping like another song or whatever, just for like people to like kind of get off his back about this shit, because like it did say when that 4x4 song dropped off the Billboard charts or whatever the case is. Granted, I don't give a fuck about charts like that. I don't care about stuff like that. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because like it's like that it still for what they said, it was like one of the first singles to drop off the charts like so fast within like a couple of weeks. I think it fell off within under 4 weeks or under 3 weeks, whatever the case is. And it's just like damn, like who's hating on Travis? Like who's like who got the issue with Travis right now? Because like I said, I don't mind the song. Some people don't mind the song, but there is a lot of people who's just like, is it AI? Is it like why is he sounding like this? Like it's a lot of like this like going on with that song. So
weren't
like,
people saying that about Cardi recently?
Fuck.
I saw some shit about Trevin.
Wait, what happened?
Weren't people saying like Cardi got like AI in the songs or something like that?
Yeah, I remember that.
They are, and like right now, nobody knows for sure where if it got confirmed or not. Like even though Cardi did say like there was no AI, or like Quincy he did talk about saying that like he's known for lying, which
he is that nigga is.
Oh,
known for lying.
Here's the thing. That like I don't know if y'all remember this happened like 2 or 3 years ago where Cardi was having concerts and he was canceling like a bunch of them in a row, and then one he went to, quote unquote, people were saying he wasn't even there.
Mm.
Who? Somebody
Oh, yeah,
else?
yeah.
Somebody just
Yeah.
brought this up too.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I mean? And then I saw the video. I'm just like, I mean, you see a person, but you can't tell if it's Cardi. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she looks like a dude. Like,
Yeah. It's. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's kind of like an iffy subject right now, and it's like Cardi can't really defend that. Like his team can say whatever the case is, but it's like if that's like if you have a reputation for that, bro, it's like it's kind of hard defending you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like one of them MF Doom things where it's just like he had like a whole bunch of like clones of him or
Doppelgangers.
whatever. Yeah. And
Niggas had, but
yeah,
niggas had it when Doom did that shit too, though.
yeah, and so that's my thing. So it's just like, it's like if you're known for using AI, if you got caught for using AI, bro, it's just like, look, we can't defend you. Like, don't get me wrong, the song still sounds good. I'm not gonna bullshit you, I do, but don't ever name your fucking project I Am Music again if you can't even do like two fucking songs.
The thing is that he has to legally like disclose if he did though.
Yeah, and as far as for right now, nothing's been said yet. So
Yeah, the niggas like
I don't think he did.
I don't. Yeah, my bad. What you saying?
Go ahead, Trevor.
No, I was just saying that like he would get like a lawsuit or something if it comes out that he actually did.
yeah,
Fuck.
I don't think he did. I just think bro is the type of person. I think for what we see is that he allows people to make speculations because that builds more controversy around him, and that in a way that markets him more. Like just the fact that we even having this conversation about it, as you know, I feel like if he was a artist that probably was more present in social media, that artist would get on camera and say, "Hey, bro, y'all tripping." But I think he likes this conversation of people debating if he's using AI or not because that makes it more controversial. I think he's doing that on purpose and not getting on camera and clearing it up.
yeah. I will agree. Like, bro, he likes his name being talked about because you look with the whole thing with Kanye, you know, go on his Twitter rant like last week or whatever, and he was name dropping a whole bunch of people. Some people might not like it. You think Cardi gives a fuck, bro? Like, literally, Cardi went on Twitter and he just like told that nigga to just, like shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And people was rocking with it. Like, even Diddy's ex, Cassie, whatever, fucking put it on her IG story and did like a whole thing. He likes controversy, bro. He likes it when Iggy be talking mad shit about him, and then everybody's saying he's a bad dad, and then the next minute he puts, "Hey, I just bought my son some McDonald's." Everybody's gonna feed into that shit. You know what I'm saying? He likes that shit. So it's just I know it's kind of like we're kind of off the topic or whatever, but it's like right now it's like with Cardi, it just doesn't fucking matter. But let me see. What was the last topic that we was doing?
Closing topic.
Yeah. Last one. Jeezy versus
The last
Ti
ball.
versus Jeezy versus Ti versus Gucci Mane.
I put T.I. on top.
I'm gonna let the elders go first.
It's T.I.
Yeah, but all I'm saying
Jesus.
is I ride around my side time, my G up my window. What?
That's
It's
Ti.
It's T.I., Jeezy, and then Gucci.
Jeez.
All right, so
I
this
love-
is gonna sound controversial, right? I don't fuck with Jeezy too much.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it's just I don't know what it was. I just couldn't really get into him.
Bro, you didn't like I Love It?
I mean, like everyone likes that song, but like you know what I mean. Like as a whole, it's like an artist. You know what I mean? Like
I fucked with The Recession. Nah, I feel you though. Like it's hard. It is harder to. I think if you didn't get into him like by somebody like by proxy, or like you just didn't relate to whatever the fuck he was saying like as he was coming out, it'd be too late. Like at this point, Gucci just got too much fucking content. But T.I. is like that nigga. He still is, but like he don't be making music that much no more. But that man's music was consistent as hell, and don't nobody want to admit it.
Give him his props.
T.I. versus T.I.P., even though for some reason people think it's mid, I don't see it. That's one of the best albums I ever heard in my life growing up.
All I have to say, because I fuck with Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely one of those who got put on, I didn't get put on to Jeezy by somebody else. It was like I heard him on the radio, and then like if you was around that DJ Khaled era, like We Taking Over and everything like that, or I'm So Hood remix, or any of them certified hood classics,
Yeah.
like Jeezy was always on them shits. You know what I'm saying? So I always had like mad love and respect for the dude. As for like, would I put him above Jeezy? Gucci and T.I.? I don't know, because T.I. Look, bro. Look.
Bro,
T.I.
Shaquille, if you don't say T.I., bro,
Bro,
you use
T.I.
that
has
fucking
like the
bar
most
for so
hits,
damn
bro.
long.
Let me fucking finish, bro. Let me fucking finish. I cannot slander T.I.'s name either. I am just like one of them guys that's just like, bro, if you don't fucking put some respect on T.I.'s name, bro, it's gonna be a fucking problem. My mom loves T.I. more than everybody, bro. She fucking do. Like she said, oh, never mind, I ain't gonna bring that up. But anywho, like she fucking loves T.I., bro. And I got mad love, respect for T.I. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga, well, both him and Jeezy had an Andre feature, so that's one thing. And a Kanye feature, and a Jay-Z feature, and a Ross feature, and I think Nas? Was it
Jeezy had like multiple Jay-Z features.
Yeah.
Jeezy had a song with Kendrick and Cole on it, and the same song. And they had verses. So you know, and Jeezy had a better verse than both of them. Nah, I'm playing. I'm lying on it. I'm lying on the last one. I'm lying on that last one, but I just wanted to see if anybody's gonna agree.
Nah, bro, we're gonna fucking. We're gonna
Did y'all even hear the song, bro? What are you talking?
I heard the song.
What's the song?
I'll tell you that.
What's the name of the
Dream?
Fuck.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, look at you. Like,
Damn
nigga,
it.
bro. I'm a big Cole fan.
Bro, I don't know, bro. It was just fun. It was just fun trying to see, bro.
Nonsense, bro. Once again, I fuck with Jeezy, bro. So of course I'm gonna fucking know that shit. Yeah, he had that song with Diddy on that album. So fucking what? Look at this motherfucker.
He's like, yeah, he got a song with Diddy.
Anywho, and look, bro, I can't make the comparison with T.I. and Jeezy, bro. But I will say with Gucci though, I did not appreciate that nigga's music in the beginning. I think I started listening to Gucci like during 08. And yes, I will say the Lemonade song was definitely getting played off my iPod Nano repeatedly. Many times, bro. Many fucking times.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not about to sit here and act like every time this nigga dropped a mixtape or a project, I was listening to that shit. I had homies put me on to Gucci, and it's like when he went to jail, and it's just like, okay, that's it. But I will say that he did also influence a generation, you know, sort of way, especially like the Migos and shit, for better, for worse, you know. But he's that I'm going to have to put him in the bottom 3. You know what I'm saying? That's just in my opinion. But I don't know. T.I. and Jeezy, bro. I can't put neither. I can't put neither of them at number 2. I'm sorry.
Bro, no, that's because they both was on each other's songs a lot. They kind of go hand in hand. But
that's what I'm saying. Like I can't, bro. They're all 3 of them are legends to me. But
same.
I can't knock neither of them 2 down, bro.
I think every remix T.I. had, Jeezy was on it.
Yeah.
Or every major remix, because he was on the Top Back remix. That shit went hard.
You know what I'm saying? Like all 3 of them held Atlanta down, bro. Well, I know some people might feel mixed about Jeezy.
I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna put Jeezy at the bottom 3. I'm with Travis. Man, I couldn't get into Jeezy's music. So what the recession, I did like that mixtape. I don't know if it was a mixtape or an album. That song Put On with Kanye West. Well, I really liked the Kanye West part on that song the most, but I had to put Jeezy at the bottom 3. I'm with Travis on that one. I just could not get into a lot of his music. When I think of like trap music, and I know, you know, Shaq corrected me on this. He said, "Hey, T.I.'s the creator of trap music." Okay.
Huh?
Okay, this was a while back. Okay, we'll go there. We'll go back there. We'll go back later. But I'm gonna say this, right? Regardless of whoever's the creator or the author of trap music, when I think of trap music, I think of Gucci. Like when I think of trap songs by Gucci, I think of My Kitchen, Lemonade, you know, all them old songs that he used to have. I think of The Truth, you know, that song by Gucci, if y'all know way back.
Yeah.
It's just Gucci got so many songs that his old songs that when you play, you think of I think of Wasted by Plies, you know. Feature Plies. I mean, you go back. Gucci's one of those artists that you have to go back into his catalog, and then once you go back into his catalog, you'll be like, man, this dude was really the embodiment of trap music. But I just think like, yeah, he did have a lot of material out. And then I will give Gucci the credit is if you go back to a lot of his older mixtapes, he had a lot of artists on there that are big artists today. Like he had Dolph before Dolph blew up. He had Thug before Thug blew up. Migos. Like before these guys was even superstars, they were on Gucci's mixtapes in 2012, 2011. Him and Thug got songs together before people even knew who Thug was. That's how I even found out about Thug. You know, because they dropped a song in early 2013. This before he even blew. But, man, I think of Gucci. Then I'll have to say T.I., right? But I had to put T.I. number 1 and Gucci up under him. When I went back and listened to Paper Trails by T.I., I'm like, bro, that was a good album. If any of y'all ever listened to Paper Trails, y'all know it was a good album.
Yeah.
like T.I. was really rapping. And I just think that T.I., I'm gonna say this. T.I., I feel like he raps when he feels like it. I feel like sometimes on some songs he kind of like glides by. He kind of just cruises on. But then he has those songs that he really does rap. Like I don't know. He got that song. What's Happening? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, he has that song. Like T.I. got bangers.
Nigga, he did that shit in a beef too. That's like one of the hardest beef songs I ever heard in my fucking life.
And that song is still sampled to this day.
Yes.
Like that song is sampled. But I had to put T.I. first. The only thing that why Gucci I put him under T.I. is because of the material. A lot of his mixtapes are not quality. You know. Yeah. He has a lot of mixtapes, and a lot of them are like filler arcs. If you know what I mean. Like a lot of his mixtapes, it's like it feels like a long soundtrack. So I feel like if you cut down a lot of his material, he'll probably be in that higher conversation. But I had to put Jeezy at the bottom 3. I just could not get into the music. I think it was the voice, you know, but I don't know. I had to rock with T.I. and Gucci on that one.
Bro, Jeezy got like the best ad libs. And then like fucking, he got. I think I'm only quoting the recession though. Like, isn't that the one where he said like my president is black and my Lambo is blue, and I'd be goddamn if my rims ain't too.
So we're talking currently now. If these guys, all 3, was to drop a project tomorrow, what project do you think would get more traction? I'm just asking this.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a hard one.
Both of them are retired, so it's like
that's what I'm saying. Like if they, but like he's just saying that like
come on now.
T.I.'s not retired.
All drop.
Like I don't.
When has Jeezy retired though?
Like his last. Okay, so remember, it's like it's one of them things where like they say they're retiring, but they're really not. They're just kind of just taking a seat back. But okay, to answer your question, pretty much, it's most likely it'll probably be T.I.
Who would get the most traction?
Yeah. Because bro,
See
Bro,
that.
no. Listen. Look, I'm getting this out the way now. Gucci dropped many projects after he came out of prison, and maybe only, I think the last time like people were really talking about him was like 2016 to maybe 18. I'll say 18. Every project that he dropped afterwards, like nobody was talking about that shit. So let's get this bullshit out the way. Don't sit here and lie to me.
What?
And don't sit here and lie to me and talk about, oh, Gucci still got that traction. Oh, Gucci, y'all niggas was making straight jokes about Gucci don't even rap the same like that no more. Gucci's a fucking clone. Oh, Gucci, we need pig belly Gucci. Lean belly Gucci. We need all that shit.
Oh, they say it was a clone. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the nigga be dropping, and if he drops features, then that's cool. Whenever he does features for like someone, like, cause he did a feature with Cole on his last project last year, that was cool. But don't sit here and act like y'all gonna listen to a fucking Gucci project, bro.
I'm talking
Don't
about out
say
of
that.
T.I. and Jeezy. Like,
Niggas gonna put T.I.
no, they not, bro. Like, I don't agree
Bro,
with that.
yes, bro. Let me tell you this. Let me say this, bro. And this is with all due respect. Jeezy's last album that he dropped, he did a lot of promotion for that album. He did an interview with Nia Long, and I don't feel like the album, really went nowhere. And I'm not saying that it wasn't bad or good, because I didn't.
Which
really
one?
listen like that. One that what I might forgive. That
Oh, I thought
like,
you were talking about Recession 2.
No, and I'm gonna say this, bro. Jeezy, out of all the three, when he drops a project, he does a lot of promotion for his albums,
Mhm.
and I just feel like at the same time, he don't really get that pull. Like if a T.I. was to announce he was gonna drop an album, I feel like Shaq is right. More people would tune into the T.I. album, but Jeezy, I don't know what it is. People are not coming through for him like they used to.
Hold on. But like Recession 2 charted on Billboard. That did good. Yeah, it charted. It was top 20. That did good. And like T.I.'s albums ain't did that shit in like a decade.
Bro, but T.I.'s last album, I think it was called,
It's Libra. Bro, we not finna act like Libra. Bro,
come on.
Libra is cool. Yeah, it has a Ninth Wonder track. It has the fucking, it's cool. But like, there's fucking like, what, 10, 20 tracks on that, like 20, 30 tracks on that bitch.
But what I'm saying is this. Saying which one is the better album or not, that's a personal opinion.
Yeah, that's
but
personal.
I don't know. I feel, that's personal. But when I think of an album getting pulled out of the three of them, I have to say T.I.
Hold on,
Now,
let me
I
look up.
don't
Let me
know
look
what
up. Let me look up if Libra charted.
Man, hold on, bro. Hold on, Dewan. Listen. And to be fair, at the end of the fucking day, I have to be fair. None of these guys really had that big relevancy, like how they did, like 20 something years ago, even 15 years ago, because like we know, like everybody knows
Hold
that
on.
they're all in a good spot.
Yeah,
So it's like they're kind of in that position where like they don't need to drop anything anymore.
but like that's not.
Hold up, bro. Hold up. Listen, I'm not. I'm not saying that none of them are going to drop any bad projects other than Gucci. I'm not saying that any of them are going to drop any bad projects. And I'm not going to say that any of them. And like, I'm not going to bring in the whole. T.I. is probably only going to sell about like 5 paper bags. His first week sales or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just throwing in T.I. because I feel like T.I. has more of the favor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like from like not just guys but females too.
Bro,
that's how I'm looking at it.
bro,
They
they
be
okay.
riding around the side of town, man.
So I just looked up. They both charted in the exact same fucking position. Like for their albums. I don't remember the albums that came out on that in that time frame. But T.I. hasn't released an album in like 5 years. So it's like I don't even know if T.I.'s even looked at in that regard anymore. Well, he is, but not as much as he used to be. But like I said, I think they're both neck and neck. But I think Jeezy is gonna get more listeners because he's still doing the work. You feel me? He's not in that. You remember when T.I. was trying to be a fucking politician?
Yeah.
Bro, that nigga, like, he looks so corny doing that shit. No disrespect to him, but it's like that probably hurt his career. Cause now it's like, damn.
I will say GC, he kind of getting some flack too. This ain't important, but since we're kind of throwing that in here, Jesus I think he just went through a divorce with that Asian girl or whatever, and like people well, I'm speaking from the female audience. People kind of looking at him like a little sideways because like, oh, well, if you had went with a black girl, if you had went with Keisha Cole or something like that,
Man.
you know, this wouldn't be happening to you.
No,
so
that's damn near, was it colorism or racism? That's not even the. That does not hurt his music career just because he went out with a fucking Asian woman,
it's not going to hurt his music career, but it's just like I'm just throwing it in because like, okay, people are going to just say this or that or whatever, some shit.
They not because like if
people do throw that in.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, if he announces an album and somebody says, "Hey, don't forget he divorced an Asian woman or he was married to an Asian woman," we could be like, "Who the fuck cares?" I'm not finna listen to him for no like marriage type of music, anyways. You know. But T.I., his last album, he was rapping about political shit or trying to rap about political shit. Like that's the key difference is like, is T.I. even gonna rap about like, what is he even gonna rap about anymore? Because Jeezy, he still raps about the same type of shit, just in a more like mature, a mature fucking way, or like more
a mature way.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Like it's more, it's a lot more effort than it was before. Because the nigga had like the Isley Brothers on his shit, on Recession 2. I'm only quoting that because that's the last album I listened to.
Okay, which album was that? Because the last Jeezy project I listened to was like 2022, and then he had like Yo Gotti on there.
It was Recession 2. That's the one that I listened to. I didn't the one that Dewan brought up, I didn't even know existed. To be honest. Yeah. The one that I forgive and I don't forget. That's the one
you listen to.
You said what?
The one that's like I forgive and I don't forget.
Yeah, that's the one you listen to, Shaq, because you told me about it.
I ain't gonna lie. The last album I did listen to was The Recession 2. That was the last one I listened to. I
thought you told me you listened to I Might Forgive. You remember? Like, I thought you told me you listened to the album. You was like, it's alright. Or maybe you don't remember.
I don't remember, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Give me a second, again.
But
my wife called me. Give me a second. Y'all continue.
But like what you said, Trevin, when you said like Libra was 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting conversation because they're all three trying to do like Gucci Mane is still, I guess, considered an executive. I guess T.I. is considered the same. Mm-hmm. But out of all three of these guys, I mean, T.I.'s son, he's even doing his thing now. Like,
right.
I don't know if you ever tapped in with Damani Harris, but
oh yeah, no.
But it's like this conversation is like kind of weird to have because it's like we always end up keep putting Gucci at the bottom three. I don't know why people don't give Gucci that love no more.
It's not that he's okay. The funny thing about it is that it's not because he's bad, because he's not. It's just like we're just comparing him to the other two. He's not up to that level, like in terms of what you're gonna get out of an album. At least in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You kind of know what you're gonna get with Gucci.
Would you listen to a T.I.?
He's asking his wife. It's I think that Gucci like is consistent, but like not in the same way that T.I. and Jeezy are. You feel me?
He's out of all this. Let me tell you this. I say this, and this what kind of hurts my feelings. I'd be like, man, why Gucci don't get the love? Because out of all the three, Gucci drops the most. Like Gucci probably dropped. Like the fact that none of us on this platform right now probably even know the last Gucci Mane that he dropped. Not the last one we listened to, but the last one he drops. That's how consistent he is. Because I promise you, I'm pretty sure he dropped several projects last year.
I mean, I can look
One
it up.
this year. I mean, he's real consistent. I don't know why do
Well,
I feel like he get the lesser half?
Well,
The quantity over quality type of thing.
yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the others are consistent quality wise, but Gucci is consistent quantity wise.
Easy is consistent quality wise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, again, I didn't listen
No,
to
yes.
I didn't listen to the last one, but yeah, the ones that I've heard, yeah, they're consistent.
So
Whoa.
basically, Jeezy is like the Jay-Z of trap. That's what y'all saying. Like y'all are saying that Jeezy. So when Jeezy drops, he has this 4 for 4 because if anything, no dudes dropped the 4 for 4 yet. And I'm talking about like in a sense of like dropping a project and people still coming out showing love, even though it might be your last one. Like that's just how I feel. Like I feel like if any of these guys was to announce they're dropping their final project, who really what people really gonna come out and say, man, this is gonna be T.I., Gucci's, Jeezy's last project. Man, let me really focus in. Like
One thing I will say
Jeezy been saying Jeezy been trying to quit for the last 5-6 years, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
He is.
The recession. He said he was supposed to retire after recession. I do remember. No. I take that back. It's the. I'm sorry. He was supposed to retire. I think after. Actually, he was supposed to retire after the Legend of the Snowman, which is 2019. But he continued in 20. Oh, okay. So yeah, Dewan, you're right. He been trying to retire, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with him.
But I'm gonna be honest, bro, and I'm gonna be controversial. I feel like a lot of these guys do that when their albums don't do well, because some of them I do think that when they do say, "Oh, this is my last project," they expect that everybody's gonna come out and really like focus in, but some people just don't even care anymore. Like, okay, if you gonna quit. Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like when that album flops, then they come out 3 years later and say, I'm coming back out of retirement. But it's like, are you just trying to do that because your last album didn't do well? Because I just feel like they do that. Like, I just think they kind of like, some guys do want that Jay-Z effect where, you announce that you're dropping your last album and the whole planet just gonna stop and everybody's gonna give a listen. But that's how I feel. Like
I personally never believe when a rapper says that they're retiring, because Will Smith is about to come out with a fucking album, dog. So the fact that Will Smith is coming out with something, I'm not gonna believe a single person saying that they're retired. I'm still gonna expect a verse or two from them, from somebody. They're gonna come out with a verse. Because even Jay-Z, even though he hasn't released an album himself in like 8 years, he's still coming out with verses on other people's shit. So technically he ain't retired. So it's like, I expect this. I'm pretty sure for T.I. and Jeezy, they have way more reasons to not be retired than like Jay-Z.
Also, I'm gonna just throw in this. I don't know how relevant this is. My wife, she definitely grew up during that era, or she listened to music during that era, and I just asked her like I didn't even bother with Gucci because she doesn't listen to Gucci like that. I asked her if T.I. and Jeezy was like to drop an album today, who was the first person to go to? T.I. No, she said Jeezy. Yeah, she said Jeezy. So
that's interesting. I'm gonna just say this. Really, like when it comes to like who's the top guy of trap, I mean, out of definitely, I don't think it's neither of them. And it's not I'm not taking shots towards them. I mean, honestly, I do feel like when it comes to like who's the top guy in trap, I feel like there's another guy that I believe is the top guy in trap. Y'all already know who that is because y'all gonna agree with me. But yeah.
And who was that?
I
the
don't.
wizard. I mean, King Pluto. But you know, when it
Dang.
comes to being if Future was to announce that he's dropping his last album, I think everybody would give more of an ear than all three of those guys. You know, but that's what I would have to say. And then some people may say, well, what about Two Chains? Two Chains is kind of like he's on his like MC stuff, so
The one
that's a whole nother
I'm just letting
conversation.
you know right now. Be careful what you say about Two Chains because we have some heavy Two Chain fans. In there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
really do.
no,
We
no.
really do.
No. Listen, no. What I'm saying is this. See, that's why y'all have to listen to what I'm saying and not listen to respond. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. I say Two Chains is on his MC stuff. So I'm
Right.
like, if you want to include him in a rap conversation, in a trap conversation, you can. But I'm saying out of all the three of them guys, he's on his MC stuff. Jeezy, Gucci, T.I., I don't think they're trying to drop any projects trying to prove that they can really rap. But I feel like Two Chainz in his era now, where before he retires, he wants to let people know that he can really go bar for bar because on his earlier projects, this is my opinion, y'all gonna give me backlash for this one. I don't feel like he was going there rapping wise on his earlier projects compared to what he's doing now.
Yeah, but which projects are you talking about?
I mean, okay, you want to go back to his first album based on a true story. That was a good album.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite albums of 2012. But when I listen to the album, I don't think he's really going bar for bar like that. I feel like some songs he's doing that, but I feel like Pretty Girl Trap Music to me was the album where he really started locking in.
Okay.
And
So,
really,
okay.
really being, when he really started being on his lyrical stuff. And I feel like Pretty Girls Like Trap Music is to me is one of my favorite albums by him.
Yeah.
But based on a true story, that album I don't think he's really just going lyrical like that.
Nah, yeah, you're right. I was just not making sure, but like I was just seeing which one was the that you think was the, because a lot of people are saying
because
that. What's up?
Go ahead.
A lot of people were starting to say that like he was taking it serious when he had that, like I think it was like that album that LeBron James like executive produced, the fucking, what the fuck is it called? You know what I'm talking about?
Get rapper
go to the league,
something like that.
Rapper go to the league. Yeah,
Rap league or go home or some shit.
It's rapper go to the league.
No, rapper go
to the league,
bro.
It's
okay, whatever. All right,
it's
a Two Chain fans, man. Oh, jeez.
But
can't say shit.
Two Chainz have always felt like he never really got respect as a rapper. And I feel like some of that is his fault to a certain extent because on your earlier projects, you wasn't really showing that. You know, you wasn't really showing that you could really go there. I mean, a lot of his earlier projects, a lot of those was anthems. He had a lot of anthems. So it's really hard to be lyrical when you have a song like, I don't know what big traps, like Birthday or something like that. But, yeah, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, that's when he really started showing people that he could go bar for bar. But other than that, I mean, that's, he's trying to do that now. He's trying to show people now, hey, look, I can rap like the Drakes, the Coles, the Kendricks. Now, if people want to compare him to that level, can he rap like a Drake, Cole, or Kendrick? Can he be in the big three?
Yes.
Because
he can be on that level because he's proven that already, though.
But I feel like a good versus would be with him and Big Sean. I feel like that would be a good matchup because I feel like rapping wise, I feel like they're on the same level.
He would smoke Big Sean. He would smoke Big Sean, bro.
Yeah, I think he would.
He's on the level of Drake, at least, like in terms of rapping ability. And I'm talking about no Ghostwriter Drake. Like he's on that level.
I mean, the only thing I give to Two Chainz is that I do feel like this. I feel like he has his skills have improved, and I feel like he learned how to rap better because when he first started trying to be lyrical, I was like, okay, bro, where are you going? But I feel like his skills, I can definitely like the fact that he can do a project with Wayne and still go kind of like I'm not gonna say bar for bar because you know Wayne is Wayne, but he can still.
Nah, he was still he was going bar for bar with Wayne.
No, bro, nah.
What?
I'm sorry. No, I feel like in terms of metaphors, punchlines, double entendres, that belongs to Wayne.
No,
But-
yeah, I'm not saying that like he was matching. I'm saying like he was keeping up with him. Like it wasn't just like a
Yeah, he
Wayne
was-
project featuring 2 Chainz.
Yeah, he was. I mean, compared to the first project they did together, Wayne was out rapping him in my opinion. But
Yeah.
that second project he did, like there's like a 8-9 year gap in those albums, and you could tell 2 Chainz really improved a lot.
Yeah, he did.
So, but yeah, I feel like even I feel like I put him against Meek. Like I feel like Meek Mill. Like,
he would smoke the fuck out of Meek. Bro, 2 Chainz
but
is
Shaq got heated last episode about Meek, so I don't know if you want to go there.
bro. Shaq, no, bro. 2 Chainz would smoke
I-
the fuck
I
out of
agree.
Meek, bro.
I agree. No, I agree.
This nigga 2 Chainz, like he's not like he's
But-
not like an elite MC, but what I'm saying is that like when like So Help Me God, like he was like his music has been like elevated ever since he got that Ninth Wonder feature. It's like he's like a different dude.
And he kept saying he's like this. He's like, I think bro will retire as long as he gets Jay-Z feature, because he keeps saying like, man, when I'm gonna get that Jay-Z feature? Like he's been waiting, been saying like, okay, like man, you know, I feel like I have proven myself to get this Jay-Z feature, and I'm like, this Chainz, bro, you drop good album, you in a good place in your career. Just don't even worry about it. Like at this point, I know Jay-Z's like the GOAT when it comes to rap, but dude, don't even stress out about trying to get no Jay-Z feature because you don't really need it. I mean, I'm not saying if he wants it, but pause. But it's not like he really needs it. Pause. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Nah, I feel what you mean. It's just that like for me, I don't even gotta do. It's like for me, at this point, like depending on how that because he's having an album with that like an album with Static Selector coming out. Like depending on how that sounds, that nigga don't even need a Jay-Z feature. Like I'm be like, bro, at this point, like Jay-Z needs to call you, like for real. But Jay-Z ain't trying to be no rapper no more. Like Jay-Z ain't even trying to do all that shit. That nigga's too involved with the NFL and shit.
But 2 Chainz even like he had that song called Southside Hove. I don't know if you ever heard it.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying like Jay-Z heard the song, but 2 Chainz was surprised because he was like he was expecting that, you know, Jay-Z was gonna be like, man, let me hop on that. Pause. But you know,
Hey, yo.
but I just guess
Hey yo.
Yeah, that one was crazy. That one was kind of crazy.
Hey yo.
hey, pause.
Yeah, you paused it. You did pause it.
Nah, it don't matter here.
That one was kind of wild though.
But I was, but Jay-Z just really like, I guess he heard the song. Jay-Z was like, okay, that's cool, you know. But 2 Chainz kind of, I think he expected a different reaction because when I watched one of his interviews. But I feel like 2 Chainz don't really need the feature anymore. I mean, 10 years ago, maybe that'd be different. But now he has proven himself as an MC, and yeah. So
I'm gonna be honest.
I really don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Jay-Z features ain't even that big of a deal to me nowadays.
Yeah.
Like I don't skip. I don't know. It's just me. Like I think it's the fact that the way that this nigga's been carrying himself. It's like it like this nigga just damn near like just an old dude. Like just a. I don't know. Cause I'm gonna start sounding like I'm hating. It's just like. What if
you been sound like you hating?
Because what if he does get the Jay-Z feature and then they could just be fucking around on that shit, bro? Because that happened before. Not with Jay-Z, but like with Kanye.
I think honestly with Jay Z,
No.
I think if he drops another,
Sorry.
I feel like no, you good. I feel like if Jay Z drop another project, it's probably gonna be like on some Family Matters type stuff, like him just giving maybe marriage advice or something like that. But
Yeah, what
I
not to
mean,
do? Nah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
okay,
That was fucked up.
but I don't know. Maybe a 4 for 4 part 2. But I mean, honestly,
We don't need that.
I mean, honestly, it goes back to the conversation of this. When I asked Shaq this one time, I asked him, I say, would you take the $500,000 or the dinner with Jay-Z? Hey, Shaq said, hey, bro, I'm gonna go with the dinner. I'm like, bro, why would you say that? But at the same time,
No, the fuck I didn't. What?
This nigga Shaq chose the dinner, bro. No, I don't think because he got on my ass for choosing the dinner, like, because I was an idiot for saying that
I'm
shit.
just playing. I'm just trolling.
Okay,
Shaq,
yeah.
Yeah.
Please,
But-
please.
But that is a conversation that somebody I knew tried to argue me down. Like, bro, they said, bro, you gotta take the dinner. And I'm like, why? They're like, bro, because he's gonna give you game and
No,
information.
the fuck he's not.
And I'm like,
That nigga go eat in silence.
I
bro,
can see where people are coming from with that, but like, nigga, take that $500,000.
That's exactly
You know
what
what I mean?
Jay-Z said. Just Jay-Z's like, nigga,
bro,
first rule of business is take the $500K. What the fuck I'ma say?
bro. Let me tell you. I even seen something on TikTok saying that if you go to dinner with Jay-Z, Jay-Z's gonna explain to you why you should have took the
Because it's true, bro. I was an idiot for choosing that shit at first, bro.
Not only the chickens I could choose or but could get was fucking
Yeah.
$500,000. Like, shit.
Wait. So you and Shaq argued about this?
Yeah, like when it was new, like
And Trevor was on the wrong side.
when the question was new, all these niggas, bro, got on my ass for choosing the dinner, bro.
Bro,
and I
So
was
what did
like,
you
not.
say?
Like, I see where you coming from, man, but like, nigga, if you don't take that $500,000,
Yeah,
we
I
gonna
didn't
have some
take
problems.
note of the fact that this nigga low key might eat in silence, or the fact that it's $500K that I'm just leaving on the table, like as if he's
For a
gonna give
dinner,
me.
bro.
Yeah,
What if he don't even pay for the dinner?
exactly.
Yeah,
Like a whole-
hold on, bro. Hold
Where
on,
y'all
bro.
eating?
Like, even on like, bro, like on a serious note, right? Like, think about this shit. Jay-Z is he's in his mid-50s now, right? You're
Mhm.
you're a 16-year-old dude. You're just trying to get into the rap game or whatever the case is. Y'all talking, and the first thing he's gonna ask is like, what do you even need to speak to me for? Like, the fact that you're already here and like we're talking and shit. That means you're already big. You're already doing something. It's not like I knew you because of this guy or I knew you because of this guy. You're here because we're linked up. So there's nothing for me to offer you other than just what we're talking about right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but here's the other thing though. Here's like that little plot twist. Let's just say he does give you like the 10 million, right? What is he giving that 10 million for? And what will happen if you do take that 10 million?
He gonna.
Is that like
That's an investment.
nah? So here's the thing though. So what if there was like some paperwork involved, right? What if that was your master's? What if that was like some other shit behind the scenes? I know
Yeah,
I'm just kinda throwing-
he's a good businessman. It's like, but nothing is
Hire a
free.
lawyer.
Nothing is free though. That's what I'm saying. It's like.
Yeah, because you paying for that dinner.
What? Yeah, what if the meal was 10 million? Think about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Now
I
you
don't-
in debt because you had dinner with Jay-Z when you
And,
could
like,
have had $500,000.
And like your homie to the side literally
God
literally
damn.
asked you before, like, bro, like, you really want to sit down and have business with Jay-Z when you know the way how Jay-Z moves, bro? Like, think about that shit. Now, I'm just throwing in sideline stories, but my whole thing with at the end of the day, just be careful, bro. Like, at the end of the day, we did used to look up these guys as heroes or like lessons or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, people are still gonna move the way how they're gonna fucking move.
Yeah.
You know, people are still gonna do what they fucking need to do to just get by shit. But if we can continue this on, but like to kind of close things because like it's getting late now. I will say this. These music topics, they're again very, very like crazier than like each episode that we're fucking doing. And I want to continue keeping that same energy going. Yeah, I do like the debates. I do like the beefs. I do like the energy that comes off of it, you know? So next week, I do want to do something a little special and have like a big debate topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to sit back. We're going to have some thoughts about what we can do to kind of like get shit moving, get shit a little crazy. So we're going to see how things are moving. I did get my schedule like set in order. So like we're probably going to start doing our streams probably 11 in the morning to give everybody enough time to get what they need to do. But until then, we're going to see how things figure it out. So before we sign out, does anybody else have anything to say?
Follow me at Black Toad. It's Black with 2 C's and TOAD. I'm streaming right now. Actually, I have my own perspective of the episode. It has like background music on it and shit, but you know, that's up to Shaquille if he wants me to keep doing that.
I don't give a fuck.
But I'm still trying to figure out how to do the gaming podcast as well. So whenever that comes through, I'll also put that in the descriptions as well.
All right. Anybody else?
Tariq, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm all good.
Oh, I just want to say, yeah, this episode was real good. We got our special guests, but they not guests. They on the podcast. Well, you got Travis and Tariq. They gave some interesting opinions, so I'm glad we had them on. But that's pretty much it. Like, I feel like the show was great. Shaq, you like the Joe Budden of the group, so I thank you. And that's all I gotta say.
I ain't gonna say all that, bro. Look, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna say they're special guests. Like, everybody who's here right now, they're just here to hear. They're just here to be here.
Oh, I got one thing.
What's up?
One thing.
He gonna say some bullshit.
OKC, KFC, USC, Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
All right, whatever the fuck that means. But anywho,
I'm just waiting for the topic for me to push my big crit agenda even further.
Oh, that's what I'm
Would
saying.
you take the $500,000 or the dinner with Jay-Z?
We're not doing this.
We still gonna have. Let me say this. Everybody coming down, because I know that there's gonna be that one person that's gonna say, like, we still gonna have that debate because that's still an important conversation. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, next week we're definitely gonna have some very crazy topics, some very crazy takes. Ain't nothing new. We're just trying to like have things just go a little bit more different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But until then, also I will say this: that I do have some projects that I'm working on the sideline right now. I'm just trying to get through some life stuff right now at the moment. But that's neither here or there. So until then, thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for listening, watching, understanding what's going on and shit. And we'll see y'all next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, y'all take it easy.
Bet.
And we're ending 5, 4. My ass is definitely walking back to the room. And we're done.
We
Shaquille.
playing Repo now?
Hell no.
Oh.
Not now.
Hold on, bro. What are you about to say, Jamal?
Nah, I was like, I like on the show you be pulling your boss card. I respect that.
Bro, y'all.
Oh,
Y'all niggas here, bro. Y'all be saying something.
Nah.
Y'all niggas be saying some outlandish shit.
What you mean, bro?
No, I respect that. I respect that. Bro be pulling his boss card like me and Trevor, we like the Rory Mall. You know what I'm saying? Like you Joe Bird, we the Rory Mall. So
wait, hold on.
I ain't
Whoa.
gonna say all that.
Wait, hold on. I didn't agree. Whoa.
Nah. It's not that, bro. It's just like I'm hearing some shit, and like I'm playing as this fucking elf right now, and like this nigga looking at me like, nigga, you better say something, bro. Like, so like I'm pausing the game and shit. I'm listening. I'm like, bro, there is no other fucking meaning to the definition of what y'all say what trap is, bro. Like,
Oh,
Oh
that
my
part.
gosh,
Yeah.
bro.
like I can't let that shit slide. I'm sorry. Like, even y'all
You
gave me a
still
good
debating
explanation,
that?
nigga.
Oh,
Bro, as I say, we ain't gonna talk about it right now because I'm pretty sure everybody else got some other shit going on.
I'm still
But
live.
bro, look,
right.
this like I just have my own thing to talk about, but we'll get back to that a little later. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't want to. I know you're just joking, but like I don't want anybody to ever think like I'm trying to be some boss shit or whatever, because there's gonna be some shit that even I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all corrected me with the fucking 2 Chainz album cover. I could have swore this shit said "Go Rapper Go Home" or some shit like that. I looked it up and it was like "Rapper Go to the League." So I'm like, okay, all right. So I was wrong. Cool. Bada bing, bada boom. And to be also like I gotta be fair because like I said like with Dewan, he's not gonna know about shit that me and Trevor knew about from like the 90s or early 2000s or whatever. Nor is Trevor gonna know about like new wave shit from like Cardi and all these other new niggas. So like I try to be fair with excuse me, with each perspective of eras and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is just that's why I be telling everybody like like, hey, y'all just do some research or like just follow some hip hop pages, bro. Like just try and find like some other like look up on some shit that like we can actually talk about more on the topics and shit. Because like right now I am taking a little break from social media, but I'm still using Twitter and stuff, and I still follow like a few hip hop pages to like kind of keep me updated on like what's going on and stuff, you know.
We
So
missed the topic.
which one?
What have you been listening to lately?
I did not see that one.
Yeah, that was the first one that I put up.
Okay,
Oh
well,
yeah, we should.
okay, well, we get scoot that in for next week. I do want to just spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, that's
and
like
just kinda get
that's like my icebreaker type of topic. It's like you can ask that like damn near every episode. Hey, what's been on your fucking playlist today, or for the past week?
Oh, just to start
Yeah.
things off.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I didn't even bring up the fucking the topic with nothing was the same and Good Kid, Mad City. But then again, that's a controversial topic. So we can bring that up next week too.
You,
I got
you
an
know,
idea.
like
I got an idea what we could do for that. But yeah, what were you saying, Dewan?
I think you know how even when we have, and this is just having, just a small conversation about the show. I
Mm-hmm.
think when we post the topic discussions, I like when we kind of engage more. Like how we did it this week. It was really dope how we did it this week. Like, of course, like Trevin added something, I added something, and then you added something, and then we all just kind of, you know, just like put it together, and just went off of that. Like, it's really dope how we do that. Even when we have like our little debates and stuff, I don't I don't be taking nothing personally. I really like. Sometimes I like when we do that. Like when me and Tariq was trying to get you to understand the trap conversation. It was kind of funny. I was trying not to laugh into the mic. I had to keep on muting myself because you were dead on. You were like, "Nah, bro, I don't agree with that."
Yeah,
And I,
and I don't want none of y'all to take anything personally, even if, because I know my tone can sometimes come off as like me being an ass or whatever.
Yeah, you rude ass niggas. Fuck you.
Damn.
Chicago ass niggas, bro. But nah, like I
Yeah.
just like I want everybody to have fun, but like let's not be on some baby shit either. Like speak your shit, bro. Like speak like your fucking dad was like sitting right there, sitting right there behind you. He'd be like, nigga, if you don't tell them niggas to don't fucking say something,
Yeah,
like,
don't. Yeah,
bro,
if you
like,
got something to say it.
yeah, speak your shit.
Ain't
Because
nobody finna
at the
be in
end of
their
the day,
feelings in this bitch.
yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm never 100% right. Trevor's not 100% right. Dewan's not 100% right. Travis is 0% right all the fucking time. You know
What
what
you
I'm saying?
mean, bro?
Every time that nigga's never right, bro.
So it's like,
Even when
and
even
like,
when he
Oh, you know
agrees with
what?
me,
If I'm 0% right, I'm 0% right. All right, Kendrick is the best rapper ever made. And To Pimp a Butterfly was the best album ever made. If I'm
even when he
0% right,
even when he agrees with me, I'm gonna be like, hey, hold on, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm
you know what I'm
playing.
saying? Like y'all like check your niggas, bro. Check your niggas. As long as you're not like I know sometimes I'll be calling Trevin a bitch or like Trevin call me
because he is a
uh
bitch.
a fucking
That's
fat piece
crazy.
of shit or something like that. Like yo, like speak your piece, bro.
I
Speak your
would
piece,
never
bro.
say
As long
anything
as we
like
know at the
that,
end of the day
man.
we're not mentioning nobody's families. We're not mentioning
Exactly.
You're not
the
going
ones
super personal with it, yeah.
yeah, like speak your piece, but you know, just be cool about it. Just
Be
speak like you're talking with the
respectful.
homies and shit. You know what
Like
I'm
being a
saying?
barbershop.
Exactly.
Barbershop. Okay, y'all like dinosaurs compared to me. Like,
Oh my
so you know,
god.
yeah.
Not this nigga talking shit, bro. Like, all right.
Like I say, like, I respect the elders in the chat. So
Oh, so you didn't grow up on Class of 3000. That's crazy.
That show was
wait, what?
golden, bro.
That's amazing. That's a
That,
good
was,
show.
that show was golden, bro.
Class of 3000,
Bro,
yeah.
all I'm just saying for everybody, just do some fucking research, bro. If you're not gonna do some research, follow some fucking pages. Just kind of just know what's going on with what's going on with hip hop today, or like or just go on fucking YouTube and just like put some shit on, like if you're like on a game or like you just like cleaning up dishes or something. Like that's how I'll keep coming up with the stuff that I know about, and it just keeps the conversations healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because like me and Trevor, we're trying to do the gaming podcast once we kind of get our schedules set up and shit. And the only way how I can keep that up going is like without consistently talking about Sonic all the fucking time
That's what I'm
is know
fucking
about what
saying. About damn time you finally got the script, bro.
it's to finally know what's going on like outside the gaming verse, like what's going on with Nvidia and their fucking graphics cards, or what's going on with like other shit. You know what I'm saying? Or emulation. What the fuck are y'all
So
niggas
can
laughing
I
about?
ask you? Can I ask you why are you taking a social media break? I'm just asking. Like, is
Because
it
Uh,
for
it's
like?
toxic, bro.
it's not that it's toxic. It's just too. So okay, so since we're not streaming, well,
I'm still streaming, but yeah, you can say whatever.
okay, okay. TMI is just like I got a lot of life shit going on with kids and family and stuff, and like since I'm not afraid to talk about this, but like right now, like I'm helping my daughter with speech therapy, so like I'm kind of cutting back on like my gaming time and whatever else I'd be doing, to just, like trying to help her like try to advance with her speech therapy a little more,
Mhm.
and also like 'cause, like my son, like he's starting to get into Mario Kart or whatever. He wanted me to play the game with him, so like I need to be a fucking dad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Real
So
nigga
it's like
shit.
if I can cut some of my gaming time and do what I need to do. Like I'm gonna be honest, with the shit that I got going on right now with this chiropractor shit, the speech therapy and shit, the only free time I have is like during the day when nobody's fucking here. When everybody's
Mhm.
here, I'm just not available. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So
that's exactly like me.
so yeah, with this with social media, it's just like, bro, niggas are just too fucking negative. Like it got to the point where I know with Twitter's like a huge negative thing, but that's why they have like the for you page, and they have like the following page. So I just need to stick to my following page, because I'm only just worrying about the shit that I follow. I don't need to worry about the shit that like they can recommend me, because I'll be stuck on it. And like sometimes they'll be just bringing up some dumbass shit like, oh, uh, I don't know, if what like should a man really eat somebody's ass or some shit like that? I don't want shit like that being recommended to me, bro. Like I just want like some shit I can be educated on. Like I know people shit like kind of sit on TikTok and stuff, but like there's like a lot of places that I didn't know that I didn't know that existed in Houston that excuse me, that I didn't know existed in Houston, but because like I was kind of going through some of the videos or whatever, like that was the stuff that was recommended to me, and me and Tay we be going out to places and shit. I know friends can do that too, but that's what I'm just saying, you know. Like I need info. Like I don't need like don't get me wrong, comedy is cool every now and then,
But like, that's why I was telling like Trevin and Travis years ago. Like when I go on YouTube and shit, I don't really be looking for like streamers or like people to like laugh at. I go there for information. Them hip hop pages, information. They'll crack their jokes and stuff. It's only because like it's the shit that I can understand. They'll make fun of of Ugly God or some shit like that, and I'll laugh at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes sense to me. Gaming news, same thing. I need information, bro. If I want a joke, that's what I have y'all niggas for. You know what I'm saying? Or I could look in the mirror. But anywho, that's the reason why I'm trying to. That's the reason why I'm kind of getting off of social media. It's not all the way, but just certain shit. You know.
Now this Trevor, that gaming podcast, I mean that's a real dope idea. You know, I'm not really versed in the gaming, but I'm the type of person I'll be like, I'll do research like Shaq said, and you know, see what I can learn. You know, I really have to do research because right now I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to gaming because I see a lot of stuff I don't like, but I still gotta do my research so I can still give a fair opinion because if I was to give my opinion now, it would just be negative, and that's not right.
Right.
You know.
I mean, it's long.
I don't like when I see.
Sometimes it's right because there are some bullshit ass games. So
Yeah. Like
so
and
sometimes
honestly,
it is.
and honestly,
needed. No.
yeah, it's needed.
It's
Like-
real, especially like completely like off topic, bro. 2K25, these new 2Ks are fucking piss me off, bro. Bro, it's the reason why I don't have an
They're pretty
Xbox
fucking
right now.
bad.
Bro, like I don't know, like they listening to the players and not the fucking not the community, and that's what fucking pisses me off because it's like, bro, not everybody wants to play 2K to play my career, bro. Shit's stupid, bro. Got niggas airballing wide open jump shots. That shit don't make no sense.
Remember when we was like talking about like GTA and shit, and like you kind of have like some nostalgic moments for it. Like, bro, that's memorabilia. Like, I don't have a problem with like you just having nostalgic moments about GTA or whatever, or like even when Trevin be talking about like Mario Odyssey, you know, he does that all the fucking time. Like it's stuff like that. Like you ain't gotta be like too deep in. Like you ain't gotta know about PlayStation's doing something with AMD and like you ain't gotta do all that shit, bro. Just like if you see something and be like, man, like maybe that might interest Shaq or whatever, or you see like some Nintendo shit. Like I think we're supposed to get like the Nintendo Switch 2 news like next week or whatever. Like and you happen to see that somewhere and just be like, damn, that might interest like Shaq or Trevor or whatever. Like,
I mean, I was trying to figure out what happened to the Assassin's Creed. Like, how did
Oh, bro,
Assassin's
don't even
Creed
get
go
me started on that shit, bro.
Bro, why are we samurais in China?
No.
When we were
Hold
just
on.
back in when we were just back in Egypt like 2,000 years ago, and then now first we were Vikings. We were Vikings a couple years ago. Now we're samurais. I'm so confused. Like,
Is that game bad? Is it good or is it bad?
So from what
I'm not.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying is this. I'm not saying if it's good. The games, I'll probably assume that they're dope. But the aesthetic of Assassin's Creed, the original aesthetic it had, it's so scattered now. Like we were just Vikings. I was seeing people like the Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You were Vikings. Then you had the Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm like, okay, that looks dope. And now we're samurais.
Oh.
Okay.
Ninjas.
So Assassin's Creed is supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like you're assassin in these different time frames. Now it was good until they fucking made Assassin's Creed Unity. And I don't know what kind of gay, whatever type of timing he was on. That game was so fucking gay and it was ass, bro. And now you see that game in the result to like all these other fucking. I don't know why they did that, bro. But all the like, I want to say everything after Black Flag, everything was kind of trash. Like Black Flag was probably the last good Assassin's Creed that we would probably get. Everything else is not even worth playing. And then I heard that they're supposed to be putting gay shit in this like samurai shit, and it's like, bro, if this is based off of Yasuke, which I think it is, then it's like what? It's not.
To an extent, it is.
Okay.
It's not like completely based off of Yasuke, but I mean he's in there.
Okay, well, if they are gonna do that, then keep it original. Like that's the problem with these like gaming companies is they'll take an original idea and then like mix it up with like what's going on today, and it's like, bro, that's not necessary.
I mean, I
Yeah.
Wait, what about the gay scene again?
Hold on.
It was like,
Hold on.
I think,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So just to, because remember, like this is Travis stream, so I don't want to like.
Oh, right. My bad.
Yeah, I don't want to get into
I'm sorry, bro.
But to have the better definition for it, it's called like DEI stuff, like some diversity, equality, some bullshit, whatever. Look, bro, they're trying to push that agenda with a lot of fucking, you know what I'm saying? And like now, I like recently, I think like this morning or yesterday, they're like talking about like they might put like gay strip clubs in GTA 6, and I'm like, oh.
The thing is that like, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter because like, if it's there, just don't. If you don't want to go, just don't go.
Yeah,
that's in my opinion. Because like, I ain't gonna lie, I never went to the strip club in GTA 5 or 4. I never went because I didn't have to go.
No,
you feel me?
The whole thing is just like,
unless I had to go, I don't remember.
No. But the thing with like Tyreek trying to say is like there is like somewhat of an agenda of like them trying to push like that whole.
Oh, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm just saying that like, me personally, it doesn't really bother me because like the option to completely ignore it is there. Like it's not at a point to where you have to do that. You feel me? I think
but it should be a point where if developers are gonna put that in the game, they should at least give you the option to say, is this what you would want in the game? Is this like what you don't want in the game? They should be allowed to do that if they're gonna like. I mean, because it's a pretty big game, so it should be like to where okay, like at the very beginning of the menu or in the settings, you can like turn off certain things. The fact that that's something that you can't turn off is what I feel like that brings a lot of like issues to a lot of people because it's like we're playing GTA. I mean, not for a specific reason, but like putting this in the story kind of like. Yeah, like it pushes this agenda that's not necessary in video games. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they're not going to do that and they're going to allow you to do that and stuff like that, I feel like it kind of pushes people like away a bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's GTA, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, cause like that's not even new though in GTA. Even if it was there, cause like Ballad of Gay Tony exists, and I get what you're saying. It's just not, for me personally, if it's, as long as it stays optional, it's not that big of a deal for me. I do understand what you're saying though, because like the options to turn off gore or turn off dismemberment and things like that are in certain games. I just think that like romance, however it is, I'm different because like I really don't give a fuck about romance regardless of what orientation it is. I just don't fucking care. But it's like it's just, if it's optional, I just think that like it wouldn't really make that much of a difference for me. Now if it's like you have to be in love with ABC, you have to be in love with this person, then like okay, maybe just take the romance aspect out entirely if you're gonna force like a relationship, if it's not a narrative one. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like I don't know anything about how it's handled in Assassin's Creed. Only thing I know is that the romance options are optional, because we don't know nothing about Yasuke or whoever the fuck you play as, like in actual history. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's like it's whatever they're trying to do, it doesn't bother me. But I guess I'm not like, I guess I don't know if I'm going about it the wrong way or something, because it seems like that's not a possible thing, a possible way to think about it.
It's like so it's like obviously the game's not for kids, so like we're not even gonna play that. But it's just more the fact it's like this is maybe a person who 'cause I do remember when somebody was talking when Miles, I think it was either Miles Morales or Spider-Man 2, one of them games that came out, and somebody was talking about like they didn't want to see the Black Lives Matter stuff. And granted, this person was black, right?
Right.
They didn't want to see any of that because they was trying to escape from like the politics and stuff like that.
Right.
They didn't want to care about seeing any of that stuff because like games are meant for them to escape.
To escape, yeah.
And which I understand that like completely. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for whatever reason somebody just doesn't want to see, you know, gay stuff in their games, whatever. That is up to them.
Yeah.
That's the reason. But like I think it's I will say Tyreek though. I think it's just more of like if you know that it's in the game, and granted if it is optional, and you know that's not you like you don't want to really be a part of that or whatever. Just don't head to that territory.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, no, bro, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not gonna judge nobody, but what I do think it affects the story. It just kind of makes it lazy in a way, where it's like, let's put some unnecessary stuff, not unnecessary, but let's put that in there because we can't really think of what else.
Yeah,
to do. You know what I'm saying?
that is really fucking annoying. When it's like they just when the plot hinges on the romance and we're just like, okay, are we slowing the game down for this shit or something?
Yeah.
Like that's fucking annoying.
Like if y'all remember,
Where the fuck is this bird at?
There was a show on Cartoon Network. It was called Steven Universe, right?
No, I never watched it.
Yeah, well, yeah, Cartoon Network fan, right? But
All right, nigga.
and the main thing of that show was literally just like about a kid who learns about like not learns about dying. I don't. In the show, majority of the female cast are diamonds or made out of like some type of jewels. You know what I'm saying? But most of them.
You talking about Steven Universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
I got a whole different take on that show. But continue.
Yeah. Majority of them, I'm gonna say majority of them because I think one of them is not really like that. But majority of them are lesbians. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was like 16, 17 or whatever, I didn't have a problem with that because like I thought. So I may sound a little hypocritical when I say this. I thought that was pretty cool because like in a way I thought Cartoon Network was kind of being a little bit more genuine with the way how it was because the way how the story is pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought okay, like they're kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit, but I didn't really have a problem with it. But then after that, you started having more shows that like was pushing that a little bit more. Because it wasn't just universe, and I saw it in Clarence. I remember they went to like the diner, and like I saw like two guys. They were sitting at the diner and they were holding hands or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm starting to see it a little bit more. And then like show after show, they started pushing it more and more. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like look. I don't mind.
Wait. Okay. Well, should I stop streaming?
It's up to you.
I'll just cut it. I'll just cut it after. I mean, I'm still gonna.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me save it.
My apologies.
No, you good. Because this I'm trying to get.
Big guys, and they busted my eyes.
Oh my god! Why did I?